Yo, 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 yo. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, everybody? One Pair at a Time podcast channel back again. 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Jay, what's good, bro?
Hey
What's good
man,
with you?
listen, it's a great morning. Man, I definitely want to say shout out to the chat, man. Like it was so many dubs yesterday for the chat, man. I want to say congratulations to all of y'all on that major fire W. Like hootie hoo.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Facts, for
Your boy
real.
caught an L. Your boy
Yeah, man.
caught an L.
How did you catch an L, bro? They
Hey,
restocked too. Well, I don't want to say restocked. A
I
couple
caught an
other
L.
websites ended up releasing them.
Hey, I think it was that shock drop. Nike said, just like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, you're not worthy.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. What shoe are you talking about?
The
I thought we were
Kobe's.
talking about Kobe. That's what I figured. The
Yeah,
Kobe's. Yeah.
yeah. I caught
Okay.
an L.
Yeah.
I went on. Listen. I don't mess with Foot Locker like that because I know I'm gonna catch an L. But I was like, man, I just got to get rid of these points because I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose them. And they said next time, and I said they ain't been a next time in years. So it's all good though. But congrats to the chat, man. I'm happy for everybody.
So I'm still waiting to hear back from Undefeated as to whether or not I took an L or a W on the black pair. I saw that they were giving out W's, but I still haven't received anything yet.
Listen, I ain't never won on undefeated, but I put in on the home pair as well. I never win on undefeated, so I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah. So we have one, two, three, four different shoes actually releasing today. We have the Seattle Supersonic SBs.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Alma Meniere Air Max 95s. And we also have the reverse metallic fives. I believe is actually the nickname for these, but they're calling them white and blacks.
Mm.
And then we have the GT Hustle 3, the Page Bukers, which, listen, man, I'm telling you right now, this shoe looks so comfortable to just wear.
Yeah.
I feel like if you wear this shoe, like your joints will say thank you. Thank
You
you.
know what? Yesterday on the chat, was that 2 days ago or
Yeah.
yesterday? I said these are the fly nets. No, that material we're talking about were the alpha fly. That's the alpha fly. So
Okay.
I'm gonna make that correction to everybody.
Yeah, the running shoe.
Yep,
Yes.
alpha fly. I said
Yeah.
fly nets. I was like, no, that's not right. Alpha fly. So my
Yeah.
apologies, chat. Just want to correct that.
Yeah, man. Look at this. The air unit is right here in the front like that. Like, mm.
Morning, chat. Morning.
Yeah, man. Good morning, Jason Corley, DJ Tyler Radio, Tyler, Jeffrey Flight. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, man. These things just look comfortable as all hell to wear. Comfortable as all hell. And they come in, I believe they're coming in extended sizing. It doesn't show the sizing here, actually.
So what's the purpose? What's the purpose of this
So
mystic colorway?
so I'm not necessarily sure about the colorway, but Paige Bucher, she plays in the WNBA.
So this is a hooper shoe.
This is yeah, it's definitely a hoop shoe.
Okay.
Definitely a hoop shoe. Let me just bring her up real quick so we all.
I get the hooping vibe, but I feel like it's like another vibe to this joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is her. This is her
Oh yeah,
here.
I seen her. I seen Paige before.
Yeah, yeah. This is her here.
I seen Paige before.
Um, the GT3 Hustle 3. Let's see here. It can help you thrive in crunch time with double stacked air zoom cushioning, improving. They call it bouncy horsepower.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, who wrote the advertising for this? Let's see here. Details 860 Connecticut area code where Paige attends college, stacked on top of the 612 Minnesota area code where she grew up. Represents the way the Paige's past has played a foundational role in where she is now, and take a peek at the sock liners featuring Paige's nickname and personal mantra. Let's see here.
Yeah, I thought it was basketball, but it's giving me another vibe as well. Like like I don't know if I want to really necessarily say this is a like not a trail shoe, but walking. Like this is like for those avid walkers. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm telling you, it looks like something you could be comfortable walking around in all day.
yeah,
They really do.
yeah.
Um,
It's giving
and
me those vibes.
yeah, with the way that outsole is, with and then the double air units up front and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Matter of fact, wasn't it LeBron's shoe? I think I want to say the LeBron nines that had a full air unit that went from front to back, kind of like an Air Max did.
I think if you talk about those nines, which is probably the most people would say that's the greatest LeBron James, which would be the South Beach. And I think you're right. Those South Beach, which was when nine had the unit all the way around, but also
Yeah.
we had some other Nikes in the past that had pretty much the air unit was all pretty much all around the whole entire sneaker.
Yeah,
We
it's
have.
almost it's almost a play off of the Nike Shocks, if you recall, where they had the shock, the spring
Yep.
technology
Hmm.
throughout the whole shoe, and then they went to the air unit. Because correct me if I'm wrong, I believe there were some studies out there that showed that apparently there was some type of issue that the springs in the shoe could cause after prolonged wear. I think. I
Hmm.
think so. Y'all see
Hmm.
the new Air Max DN8 with 8 air bubbles.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
I know those Air Max DNs have huge air bubbles in the heel,
Yeah.
and some people swear by that shoe, saying it's like stupid comfortable to wear. I'm not necessarily intrigued by them. Um,
You know what? It does look good on most sneakers. Okay, I said not all, most sneakers when you have that air unit really showing. But the problem is that if that air unit busts, hey, you're done.
yeah.
When them
Bert,
air
what's up,
units
man?
bust, you're done. What up,
You,
Bert?
I thought you. Jay
I thought
said
you
you
was
were
gone.
traveling.
huh?
Jay said you was traveling
I
this
thought you was
weekend.
gone.
Going where?
What we talked about. I guess I got the days all mixed up.
No. That's the 11th.
Okay, I got my days
Okay.
mixed
In
up.
the 11th.
Okay.
Okay.
That's 4 days from now. Okay. Yeah, so we were just kind of going over the shoes that are releasing today. We got the Seattle Supersonic SB Dunk Lows.
Yes, sir.
We got the Air Max 95s from Alma. We got the white black fives, and then we were actually discussing the Paige Bucher GT3 Hustles. And I was just talking about, like, regardless of anything you got to say about the shoe, it just looks like something your joints would say thank you for you wearing, because of how comfortable them things actually look to
Hmm.
wear. You know what I'm saying? Like, just they look stupid comfortable to wear, for real. And we were discussing other shoes that have like that air unit kind of like throughout the shoe, or like up front, like that.
Yeah, it's a unique build.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely say they're very comfortable and they're highly competitive, obviously, with a lot of the other ones out there, right? They're what I think Puma has one with the air unit in the front.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and a few others. So, I mean, I like it. The colorway is a little wild for me, but
Yeah, it gives me Monsters Inc. vibes.
yeah, like I
Monsters
feel like
Inc.
you just slap a floating eye on the back of that thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I'm not mad at the colorway though. But Paige Bucher, she plays for Yukon Huskies. I mean they're navy blue, but it works. It definitely
Hmm.
works.
Mm.
Definitely works.
Hey DJ, those alpha flies, yeah, bro. I'm gonna have to work on that one, man. I'm done with my 100-mile challenge. I just gotta work on the video, bro. I gotta work on it.
So Jay, you actually, how many different running shoes do you actually switch between, as far as for running purposes are concerned?
I don't switch back and forth, bro. And the reason why I don't switch back and forth is because I want to get used to the shoe that I'm wearing. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna do a 5K,
Mm-hmm.
a 10K run, then I will switch. to a more of a performance lighter running shoe, but I like to stick to what I'm training in, whether it's a heavier running sneaker or a lighter running sneaker. I like to train in them and feel the difference because you get used to it. You know what I mean? When you first run into something, you don't get used to it. Then you get used to it. You're like, okay, I don't like it or I do like it.
So how, I guess, do you like the beefier midsole, or do you like something to where you feel a little more connected to the ground when you choose your running shoe? And then also too, like how much of a factor does like body weight, running gait, like all those things come into play as far as a choice of shoe is concerned?
Well, it's also how you run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like
what I'm saying. Your gait.
yep, everybody has like a what they feel comfortable, the way they feel comfortable running. For me personally, for training purposes, I kind of like my preference really is a mid range midsole. But I will tell you, like I do really love the Hokas because it's so comfortable. It's like you walking on like foam, like a soft foam. It's very, very nice. But when it comes to a competition wise, you would not run a run in Hokas. Training wise for long distance to help you save your knees and stuff like that. Yes, the Hokas is dope. Brooks are fire as well. You cannot take Brooks out the equation. But like when you want to go ahead and you want to be a little bit faster, you're gonna have to have that connection to the ground. When you want like a lighter sneaker and you want a lighter, a shorter midsole.
Yeah, like believe it or not, the like your long distance runners when they Olympic style, they actually have. It's interesting. They don't use that thick of a shoe, but that's because the track obviously has a certain amount of bounce to it already.
Facts.
You know.
Yeah, when you get on one of those tracks, I've been on the track before. Even though my preference, I don't really care to run on tracks, but I've been on a track before, and when you on a real track, man, the feeling is so different. Like it's a different feeling. You have a cushiony feel, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, you can feel that bounce. And I'm gonna tell you when, like, some sneakers are like all purposes, right? I'll give you an example. You definitely would not want to squat in Hokas, bro, because Hoka is
Too
such
thick.
a thick midsole and it's so soft. When you go down and you pushing back up, you literally fighting. I'm talking about it. It's a
Well,
fight to come back up.
yeah. I mean, to your point, that's you know, even with like Air Max sneakers. Like, I mean, really, you shouldn't be trying to squat in running shoes anyhow, because a lot of times the heel is made to absorb, right? So then
Yep.
you see when people go to squat how the shoe starts to compress,
Mm-hmm.
and you really don't want that because it makes you unstable with the weight, especially when you're trying to come
Yep.
back up.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
for
why.
sure.
That's why some people they squat barefoot,
Mm-hmm.
or besides like purchasing squat shoes. A lot of people, again, they love the Blazers. They love the Chuckies because it's so flat and you can feel that ground coming down, and then it'll help you explode up where you're not being restricted a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I actually do have a graphic here, since we were talking about um, the basketball sneakers. We got a graphic here of the top worn uh, basketball shoes. Actually, let me go ahead and bring this up here in a second. But chat, is anybody going for anything that I showed today? Uh, the Air Maxes, or possibly the hustles, the fives. Those fives, them things gonna sit around for sure. I think the fives gonna sit around. But here we go. So it says here, Sabrina Ionescu's signature sneakers are the second most worn in the NBA this season. What do we think the first is?
I hate this. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna throw it out there. The AE1s.
Bert, what do you think? AE ones?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Kobe's.
That was my second choice.
There we go. Kobe's.
That was my second choice.
So it's actually shown here by minutes. The Kobe 6s, 15,091 minutes. The Sabrina Ionescu, 7,867. The GT Air Zoom GT Cut 3s, 6,861. We got two more Kobe's, the Nike Kobe 4 and the Nike Kobe 5. So
The
3
girl
Kobe's
dad?
on here. Not so much that particular colorway, it's the silhouette.
Okay,
They're
that's
just using that colorway. Yeah.
Okay, I was
Okay.
Yeah, it's not these particular colorways, it is this particular silhouette. They're just using these colorways.
I was about to say the reverse Grinches should absolutely be up there because they were beaten to the ground.
True. True.
Tyler says, caught my Supersonics last night for under retail. Hell yeah, that shop cash came in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah, for those y'all out there that don't know, when you make purchases using the shop app, you build up what's known as shop cash. And as you go to build it up, you can actually use it when you go to check out through the shop app for different items. You know, so he actually had a few dollars in there. Sometimes you have enough in there to where it will wipe away the shipping costs for some of the places on there, you know. But yeah, but that's interesting though. You know what I mean? The Kobe sneaker. I mean, and look, rightfully so. If you look at the Sabrina 2s and the Nike Kobe, I mean, look, they look damn near similar to each other, except the Sabrinas, the toe slopes down way further than the Kobe 6s do. But I mean, you talk about, I guess, where the laces start back, it's almost damn near the same kind of shoe. Almost. Well.
Man, I've been preaching about Kobe's, man. Like, in my opinion, it's the best basketball sneaker. In my opinion, man. Like, Kobe's just, the performance of them is just, the grip is crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
The grip is crazy.
For sure.
But, you know, also for the Kobe 4s, man, they're a great streetwear sneaker as well. Like, I wear my girl dads all the time, like off the court. So there's a lot of versatility, a lot of flexibility there. And, you know, you don't really see that with too many sneakers out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
yep.
How's the cushioning in them? It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Is it throughout the entire shoe, or is it mainly in the heel, or like 4-foot in heel?
So 4-foot in heel,
Okay.
because for me, I don't have like really deep arches. So, you know, you could feel that support, you know, all throughout the sneaker itself. I mean, other people are more, you know, they have deeper arches or they have a wider foot. Some people have a narrow foot or a flat foot. If you have a flat foot, you may have a problem with the sneaker.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know if you're flat-footed. Hey, man, shout out to everybody tapped in right now. Shout out to everybody in the chat tapped in. Appreciate y'all being up in here. Another beautiful Saturday morning, December 7th. Damn, 18 days away from Christmas.
Ooh, crazy.
Yep.
Man.
This whole year flew by.
Man. 24 days away from New Year's Eve, 25 days away from 2025. And man, oh man, 2025.
Are y'all ready, chat? Are y'all ready for the craziness that's about to ensue in 2025? It's about to be gangbusters. All right. I'm telling you, look. Get your Uber certification, whatever the hell you need to do. Go ahead and get that job, because it's about to be tap.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it's about to be nasty.
Yep. Hey, Perk. So, do you agree? I can say every Kobe model does not feel the same. You know what I mean? Like each Kobe model gives me like a different vibe. You know what I mean? Like when you rock them, it's like the technology is different and it has a different meaning behind each sneaker. Like, could you agree with that or not really?
I really feel like somebody should do a challenge on YouTube where they're blindfolded and they put on each series and they try to guess what series it is by the feel of it, because that's how different it is. Each one has its own individual fingerprint and or imprint, and it's crazy how you have that much versatility in one collab in itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And of course, you know, as you know, if you're a Kobe lover, you have your particular favorite. You know, I think the most favored out of all of them is what, the Kobe 6.
Proto
You know,
6.
and then of course probably one of the least is my favorite, which is the 4. You know, so but they have such a diverse feel and a flair to them when you put them on feet. I could literally be blindfolded and tell if I have on a 4 versus a 6 versus a 9. I mean, it's very diverse, and I love it. I mean, that is refreshing when you don't really have a lot of that nowadays. You have a lot of this cookie cutter type of mentality, you know, where a lot of these, you know, sneaker manufacturers, they're just taking a mold and they're switching the color. They're taking a mold and maybe they may switch up the lacing, you know, technology on it, right? You know, but you don't really mess with the air soles too much. You don't really mess with the soles or the midsoles too much. And you don't really see that nowadays. And Kobe has completely hit a home run on that one. So absolutely.
ND82 says SB Dunk, skate or die.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, love them SBs, bro. Love them SBs. Supersonics dropping today. Not sure how many pairs. I can look up stock numbers here in a minute. But as we are talking about Kobe's, yesterday we had the drop for the Air Force One Kobe's. Okay. And man, look, this is my first Kobe shoe. Well, albeit this is a Kobe inspired shoe.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Kobe inspired shoe that I hit on the Sneakers app. So I'm really excited to get these in hand, and the details on this shoe go crazy. Extra set of laces, the box itself, like just everything about this shoe, man. Just it's dope.
Man, the way they stitched that 8 in there, man, like I will be on my soapbox, man, for the rest of my life when I say I am tired of these spray on, stick on decals on the back, logos on the heel tabs of these sneakers. Stop being damn cheap and stitch it in the way it's supposed to be. You do not take a highlighted part of a sneaker like a heel tab, where depending on what you're rocking, a lot of people are going to see, and put this stupid sticker cookie cutter spray on logo on the back of it. Like, stop that, Nike. Stop it. Stop it. If I had a newspaper, I'd roll it up and I'd hit you over the nose with it right now. Stop that.
Facts.
Yeah. The screen joint needs to stop, bro. Like, the screening needs to stop. It's trash-tastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This, you know, listen, I got a question for the chat and everybody, right? So as I peel back the onion and I rethink some things, we always talk about the Armanis, we talk about the Travi Avies, but when I really sit back and I think about consistency, quality, bro, like, those Kobe's should absolutely be in Nike's like top running for like collabs of the year. Let's be honest. When a Kobe comes out, generally the Kobe's are a banger, and they just hitting. And I'm not saying Kobe's is the best collabs for Nike, but what I'm saying is it deserves more respect and demand more respect, because we know when Kobe's released, people are going crazy for him. And here's a prime example of what Nike is doing, their Kobe department, and how much effort they put into the Kobe silhouettes. I mean, let's be honest. How y'all feel about that?
I can't say it's a collab.
Okay.
I mean, that's the by that logic, then you would be saying the Jordan sneakers are a collab. You know, Kobe's got his own. It's like his own line. You know what I mean? I feel as though at some
you don't
point,
consider Kobe a collab?
No, I'm not saying necessarily collab. I'm saying like when we really think of, I guess more what I'm saying is when we think of a Kobe drop, right? Kobe gets his respect, but you don't really hear about like a top seller. Is Kobe up there in terms of more in terms of like holding Nike brand up at the same time is really what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If that more makes sense of what I'm trying to say, like,
yeah,
maintaining
yeah.
that
So
hype.
correct. It's interesting what you're saying though, because usually when we think about Nike itself, and then we think about Jordan brand, we don't necessarily think about Kobe brand in
Yeah.
this whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And you know what? That's probably a narrative that needs to be changed and taken into account. But the interesting thing about that though is that the Kobe shoes that are actually circulating are ones that have already been sold. So you're talking about the way they move on the secondary market. Now, granted, when they release a Kobe shoe, and they released, damn, how many different ones did they release this year? I want to say damn near 10 if you count these Air Forces, because you had those five different, like, quote unquote collegiate colorways. Then you had the Italian camos dropped this year, did they not?
That was a 3-pack.
The Phillies,
Almost.
The Phillies, and then the Long
Venice
Beaches.
Beach.
So that's 8. Yeah,
You
Venice
had the
Beach.
emerald greens, the court purples as well.
You had the girl dads.
You had the girl dads.
So hold on. So we're at 10 already then, not counting these Air Forces.
The gift of Mambas.
Yeah.
Gift of Mamba. Yeah, so it's like 13. It's like 13, 14 Kobe's that dropped this year when you think about it.
Which
You know?
if we're being traditional here, that is unheard of.
It really is. It really is. Now, granted, it don't make them any easier to cop because it don't make them any easier. I mean, mind you, this white pair here, 22,000 pairs, and there was probably triple that trying to go for them. Now the 22,000, albeit was supposed to be for the sneakers app, but obviously there were other retailers out there that were releasing these. But man, I mean, I gotta say, like, you got a point, Jay. Now, will they start going the way of making more team Kobe's or collegiate Kobe's like they did? You know what I mean? Like, will they start doing that? I don't necessarily know. I think what they're doing is actually pretty decent when it comes to the Kobe's. So they're giving people, so because they're releasing the amount that they are, they're giving people more opportunities at them, but at the same time, they're not dropping like 150,000 pairs of one particular colorway. So there's still that added element of just, maybe just right outside the fingertips for some people to try to catch. And not for nothing, this is the first Kobe I've caught at retail. First one.
And I'll add on top of this, my pair are absolutely perfect. There are no imperfections whatsoever on it. No glue stains, no misstitching, no nothing. And that's the quality we've been waiting for. That's the quality that we as a consumer deserve when it comes to how a sneaker release is supposed to be executed. So 10 out of 10 Nike on this one.
So again, so when we talk about the Travis, right? When we talk about the Mamis, is it safe? I mean, in my opinion, I believe it's safe to say that the Kobe's are in that same realm. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Tit for tat, I'm not talking about style of design. We're talking about like quality. We're talking about a highly well thought out sneaker. I think the Kobe's deserve to be somewhere in that realm to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about overall build, and shout out to everybody in the chat tapped in with us right now. It is definitely 9:30 in the morning. We got a half hour till 10 o'clock, and we got Air Max 95s dropping, the reverse metallics dropping, those GT3 hustles dropping. We got Seattle Supersonic SBs dropping. when you talk about the Kobe shoes and the quality of the shoe, the performance in them, minus these Air Forces, right? And mind you, Air Forces originally were basketball sneakers before they became like, the known as the Uptown Stompers. You know what I'm saying?
The fashion,
Uh,
yeah, they fashion.
yeah, the fashion wear for them. And mind you, Air Forces are called different things in different parts of the country. I'm not sure of all the names, but I know for a fact, they call them Uptowns where I'm from. But
However, not to interrupt you though,
go ahead.
they are called different things across the board unless, and this is the only exception for an Air Force One, you have an all black Air Force One, because
Oh
then
yeah, that's
you
different.
have a very tainted criminal history, and we are working to build a GoFundMe to get you back and properly assimilated back into society.
Man, them black Air Forces, bro. Yeah, something
No
about
black,
black Air Forces.
no.
John, what's good, bro? Appreciate you being in the chat. DJ
What up,
Tyler,
son?
Jeffrey Flight, man. What's up, everybody?
Happy
What's
Appreciate
going
y'all.
on? Yeah, man. Look, it's I think 2025 we're gonna see an even larger push on the Kobe's. An even larger
Mm,
push. I think mind you,
mm.
now next year is 40th anniversary for Jordan Brand. So they're pretty much going to show up and show out when it comes to these Jordan sneakers that are dropping, especially with the OGs. We got a huge announcement, right, of the Gamma 11s that are going to be dropping next year.
Let's
You
go.
know what I mean? These Gamma 11s, bro. I mean, people have been waiting on these for a long, long time, long time. Okay,
I
and
know I have.
look, I'm here for it, and found out high cut patent leather.
Mm, mm,
High cut patent leather on
mm.
these. Now the 2013 pair,
Exclusivity.
which I do have, is a low cut patent leather, which my I actually like the low cut. I don't know if I like it so much better than the high cut, but I don't have a problem with it. Like you could have given me either or on these, and I'd have been happy with it. To
Potato,
be
potato.
honest with you, yeah, yeah. John says we need Toro 4s. Look, man, listen, we need Toro 4s in 2026. I think we got enough for 2025, bro.
Get to the back of the
I
line.
think we got enough for 2025. And mind you, some of this stuff is gonna get pushed. It's gonna get pushed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
He said, and the Jumpman different. Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
Gamma and Rare Air 11s a must cop.
Mm.
Okay, so here's the thing about this shoe here. With the fact that they're talking about 250 for the 85 high Jordan 1 breads that are dropping next year.
Ugh.
Okay. Now, I don't even want to think about the tariff situation, which listen, you all out there, we don't know how this market's going to go for next year.
Yep.
We don't know what's going to happen. Tariff stuff aside, do you see Nike actually putting a little higher price tag on these particular 11s because they're bringing these back?
Mm.
Listen, my prediction right here is this will be a 240 sneaker. The Rare Airs will be 250 out the gate.
So the Rare Airs at 250, I could 1,000% see that.
Yeah.
1,000% see Rare Airs at 250. But these here, 240?
240. 240. And I'm on record as saying that. And you know I'm rarely wrong.
Ooh, 240 on these. Ooh,
No,
man.
230, absolutely not. 240.
240 on these.
Yep.
Ooh, man.
I understand why people think 230, but it won't be.
I mean, I said 230 just because that's the prices we're working with now. And mind you, they raised prices last year when we got the DMP 11, and we thought it was just because of that particular colorway of the shoe. And then come to find out, no, 230 is going to be now the set price on 11s. So it'd be interesting for them to raise these another $10. Now, do you think it would just be this shoe specifically, or that's just going to be the new norm, 240 on the 11s?
So one comment, then the answer. So thank you for raising awareness to what you just described as a trend, right? We're starting to see a trend with this, right? That started, with the gratitudes that will continue to go upward. Now, where it gets tricky, and I have to be on the fence about this 50-50 is I'm closely waiting. And if you all remember, I called this 2 to 3 months ago. I said tariffs are going to be a problem. Watch and wait. I am also on record as saying this. And now look at where we are right now. Depending on how tariffs plays out, we've already seen what Mexico and Canada looks like. We still don't know what China looks like. Depending on how tariffs play off will depend on whether or not in 2026 we will continue to see an upward trend. I will definitely see increments of $5 or $5 to $7 more on the back end for 2026, which is going to weigh heavily, right? With economic, downturn, of course, but we will definitely see. It's 50-50 right now. We just don't know. I need a couple of more months to see what February looks like, to see if that's going to be a trend or this is just going to be a one-off.
Jay, any thoughts?
I do see the gammas highly going to 240. The rare air, I do feel like that's going to be a 250 shoe as well. Here, I mean, listen, let's just be honest, man. Prices of sneakers are going up, right? But here's something interesting I want to talk to everybody about. We said that a couple months ago that Nike reported that, hey, was it like last year or is it this year? Their sales went up by 1%, right?
It was Q3 this year that they showed a 1% uptick in overall Nike sales.
So, peep script. We've had a lot of sneakers, right, that has like sold for, I don't know, $100, right? And we see these same sneakers go to outlets. They're holding out at outlets at the same price, but then at some point in time, the prices drop, right? Or they go on sale instantly, or they're going for on a resale market, they're going for under retail. So when you really think about it, this is a numbers game. Nike can say, hey, let's go up in the price, let the shoe sit, and if it sells at this under the retail price we want it for, we're still making a profit. So don't think this is not a strategic way to still ensure that Nike sales go up. And I'm talking about overall money wise. So this is thought out methodically. All right. This is thought out very strategically. And we already know that this is what's going to happen. So is this going to be a 240 shoe? I do see that this will be a 240 shoe. I'm swinging more for the yes, then it's going to stay for the 230 price point.
So listen to what Jay just said. And it goes back to the comment I just made. What did I just say? What month did I need to finalize in order to make my prediction? I just said February, right?
Yep.
Your earning for profit just encapsulated what month? It just encapsulated Q3, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's and remember, if you recall, after those Q3 earnings came out, that's when Nike stock started to have that free fall.
Right. So my question to you is, when does Q4 end?
December, January.
No, it ends in February. Q4 ends in February. We are now going into Q4 right now as we speak. Q4 ends in February.
Okay. So some companies though, and I know what you're talking about. I think I want to say the banks recognize the calendar different than some of the other companies.
No. So I'm speaking specifically from a fiscal calendar.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So banks, financial institutions recognize the calendar year.
Yeah.
We only recognize the fiscal calendar, which the fiscal calendar year for us ends in February of every year.
Yeah.
So in February of every year, that's when those earnings are sent out. But that's also when, in this particular case, the White House has the changing of guard, right? Starting in January. which then implements a lot of those policies starting in February. And that's based very loosely off of those Q4 earnings for a lot of these big companies like Nike specifically. So I say that to kind of draw it back into a big loop here. You see how it's all connected on the back end and how that affects us as a consumer moving forward into that calendar year. So you all just demonstrated how everything is literally looped in together by giving two specific scenarios that then looped into my third that capstoned everything off. So full circle.
Yeah. Hey Jay, your boy Harrison says he's coming through on your channel, bro.
Yeah, I see him.
He's talking about Perp. You want to get at him before we kick him out of here?
Nah, I'll let him live today. I'm in a great mood. I've got my coffee.
Okay.
He can go back to his grandmother's basement. It's okay.
So, all right, so now we're taking a look here at the Rare Air 11s, talking about dropping them a holiday of 2025. And look, here's the thing. We didn't ask for these. But I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at these at all. Look at that blue patent leather material on there. If this is how they come out, this is how they come. And mind you, that outsole, it reminds me of the DMPs that dropped last year, where they gave us that milky kind of outsole on them.
Where you kicks? Tell me your complete thought of this sneaker. I mean, from the patent, which looks crazy, by the way, all the way down and back up.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. These were not asked for, but I am 1000% not mad at these at all. Like these look good, bro. These absolutely look good. And mind you, with the rare, we're getting a whole Rare Air pack. So not only are we now getting 11s, but there's a Rare Air Jordan 1 dropping next year. There's a Rare Air 3 and a Rare Air Jordan 4 that's dropping next year, allegedly. That's a lot. When's the last time we seen a 4-pack on a shoe? You know?
Let's talk about that for a moment, folks.
When's the last time we seen a 4-pack like this?
4-pack, but more importantly, what would that pricing look like by today's standards?
Oof. God, if all 4 of them came together.
Chat, weigh in on this. If we were to see a 4-pack in 2025, what do you think the pricing around that 4-pack would look like?
God. Oh my God.
I'm gonna say at least 1,000.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say
you better than me because I got a different price in my head.
Yeah,
what you got?
I got 1,200.
If this is the price right, man, we definitely be throwing them up there.
All right, well let's look at these at an individual price point. So the Rare Air, we had a question here as far as what is the Rare Air. Does anyone know off the top of their head? Because I can look it up.
Man.
Because I know they've had Rare Airs before.
Yeah, we've had them before. We've had those. They were teasing the Rare Air 4s, right, for a while.
I'm trying to figure out.
Tyler said 1K. Okay. Jason said 900. Okay. I mean, I think those are all ballpark. Absolutely, easily.
I said 12, man.
I think 900 on the low end. I'm saying on the low end. Yeah. I said around 1,250. That was the number I was thinking. But I was baking in inflation and what's to come next year, right? From a realistic standpoint.
And that's a good point. And I'm thinking also special packaging. Come on, I mean, I'm thinking of the special packaging. Like,
it's coming with it.
I don't see how it could not be. Now, listen, DJ, I agree, bro. Like, what's reasonable opposed to what's gonna happen or what potentially could happen.
You said reasonable 850. Ain't no way 850. Matter of fact, so yesterday at Miami Art Basel, they had the Visti Verdi and the what the hell is that other shoe? What's that other SB that we copped that's got like the graffiti on it?
Talking about the Paris?
No, They came out this year. They got a blue outsole.
You ain't talking
They're
about the Futuros. I know you talking about
thank you. There was a pack, the Futura Invisti SB pack, and the creator was down there at Miami Art Basel, and they were selling the pack for $1,000. I'll have to bring it up with the box and all that. But yeah, they were selling it for $1,000. So if that pack was going for $1,000, a 4-pack, a 4-pack rare air, yeah, man, them things are gonna go at least $1,000. Okay, so in 2006, Jordan Brand issued the Rare Air series, a nod to the exclusivity of Jordan releases with the Rare Air branding on the bottom of the tongue's removable patch. So it's supposed to be like an exclusive, quote unquote, exclusive line, according to what I'm reading here from Nice Kicks. I know it's going to be hard to see. But that's what they're talking about in here. So a nod to the exclusivity of Jordan releases with the Rare Air branding. So like on the 3s and the 4s, they are reversing the swoosh on one of the heels. So the Nike Air and swoosh will actually face each other if you put the heels together on the Jordan 3s and the 4s. Now I'm not sure what styling cues they're going to give the 1s or the 11s, but based on what I've seen, it's just a difference in color blocking that they'll give the 1s. Maybe they do the same thing with the tongue tags on the 1s. I'm not exactly sure, and what they'll do with the 11s, I'm not sure either. Maybe they will flip around the Jumpmans on them or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw what they did with the 3s or the 4s. I think it was the 3s, right? Where
the 3s and the 4s, the Nike Air, and it will face each other on the heel. Yeah, yep. They will. Real quick, it's 9:47. I do want to give you guys some stock numbers. So, oh shit.
Let's go.
So allegedly, I'm gonna say I'll preference all these stock numbers, guys. Allegedly, how many pairs do you think we're seeing these Air Max 95 Ama Maniere while you were sleeping? And who's going for that shoe?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I think a lot of people were excited about it when they first dropped the specs on it. But then after we found out we got hit with the rope-a-dope and the bait and switch, that kind of changed a lot of people's perspectives of it. On top of all the other heat that's coming out, all just stacked on top of it became a bigger issue. So I think a very small group are going to go for this shoe. As a result, they had to have made a very small number of pairs on these. It may be less than these than the actual Air Force Ones that they just dropped out. I don't know.
What I got here, 3,500 pairs.
See? And how many pairs do you have of Air Force Ones?
They're about same. Okay. Mind you, Air Force Ones restocked today for whatever. They restocked them today on sneakers.
Did they really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did. And they're already out of anything above an 11 when I looked.
See, DJ Tyler Radio, I'm passing on these just because I went for the Kobe's. That's a perfect example of what I just said. Everything's stacked. You got to pick it.
Well, hold on a second, because your boy hit the pack. He had some GOAT money and went ahead and picked up the black pair too.
What, DJ Tyler?
Yes, he did.
Whoa,
yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Let's go, DJ Tyler.
Yes, he did. And mind you, them prices on that black pair.
They're nice. They're nice right now. Right now, for the time being.
Let's see here. Stock numbers.
Got in on the ground floor.
Stock numbers on the Reverse 5 Metallics. 15,208. Now, those are going to be at all major retailers. So if you miss out on sneakers, if you go for them,
right,
you got a lot of places to go ahead and try to pick that shoe up. Yeah, 282 in GOAT credit. Picked up the black Kobe's for $66 after that.
Can't beat that.
Let's go.
Can't beat that. Can't beat
small feet gang for the win again, bro. Because them prices never move
Can't
like
beat
that
that.
on a small feet like they do for the big footers.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. It's fire.
Hell yeah. Congrats to you on that. The
Yep.
Seattle Supersonic SBs, for those y'all interested, we are looking at a total of 13,567 of
On Sneakers
those
app.
on Sneakers app. But they've been dropping at skate shop since earlier this week. You know, like I said, our Tyler in the chat already hit on them yesterday from a skate shop. The GT3 Hustles, those Cotton Candy Monsters Ink joints. How many pairs you think they dropping of those?
3.
12,000. I made it up.
I said 3.
2,867 pairs.
I was close.
Oh,
I was
wow.
close.
I said 12.
Retail price one on those is $190.
Yeah.
$190. Apparently, according to what I'm seeing here, live price $398. Those are above retail on the secondary markets, allegedly. Yeah, I mean, look, with that smaller number, makes sense. Makes sense for now. To get them early. Yeah, so the Alma Manier Air Maxes, they're $190. Air Jordan 5s are $200. SB Dunk Lows are $125, and then the Nike Hustle GT3s, the Paige Buchers, they are $190. So there you go.
Yeah. So for me, I am absolutely going to sit back and watch. I'm gonna watch. I'm not going for anything today. Honestly, in my opinion, Nike is definitely dropping too many sneakers at the same time. I'm not saying one of these do not have a potential of selling out, but what I'm saying is that I would not be surprised if if only one sneaker really sells out. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a lot going on. I think it's too much, but we shall see what happens today.
And then mind you, just yesterday we had not only the Kobe drop, but also the we also had the Soulfly 12s released yesterday as well. Now here's the problem. Here's the problem with these Soulflies. The quality of the shoe is top notch. Looks great. The problem is they wanted to charge $20 in shipping from Soulfly, bro. $20 in shipping. So you got that. Plus, like here in Florida, you got the 7% tax. And tax is different in different places, but I mean, damn.
Yep.
I mean, damn. Damn.
Listen, I hate to be a party pooper, right? But we've seen this iteration so many times.
Iteration of what?
Of this type of Air Jordan 12. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit darker. I mean, it's nice. You know what I mean?
Brown?
Like, but for me,
I don't think we've seen brown.
This is brown because to me, this is like brown. A super dark burgundy.
This is brown.
Maybe I got a deficiency.
This is supposed to be because this is supposed to be representative of Cuban coffee.
Okay. No, correct.
They always do like a Cuban theme. So like last year they did the Soulfly 8s.
Yep.
It's supposed to be representative of different elements of Cuba and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I've never seen them with brown. I've never seen a 12 with brown on it. I mean, these easily could have been. Someone told me they could have been an Alma Manier. They could have been a Travis Scott 12. Seeing as how he uses the earth tones and stuff like that.
I agree.
And Soulfly is always a nice pick for quality.
I agree. Man, maybe I just got color deficiency on this one because I'm not saying this is not brown, but like from far away, bro, it would look like a super like I don't know, like maybe like a brown and maroon mixture. That's the vibe it gives me. But you're right, Soulfly does create some nice quality without a doubt.
Now, I suspect at some point these will be on the sneakers app. I suspect it. You know what I mean?
But
We'll have to
it's a
wait and
pass for
see.
me. For me, it's a pass,
We'll
but
have to wait and see.
yeah, it's a pass for me. Is that Bumpy Johnson? Bumpy Johnson. What up, Bump? What up, Bumpy?
Man.
You know,
I mean,
it's a
look,
pass for me, man.
people got different opinions of shoes. It's all good.
Yeah. It's all good, man. For
People
me, it's a
got different
pass, bro.
opinions of shoes.
Listen, it's a pass for me. To me, I feel like we've seen that iteration too many times. It looks like a super dark maroon, maybe with a mixture of brown. That's how I'm looking at it. For me,
Yeah.
it's an absolute pass. But we all know I am very funny when it comes to 12s, man. Y'all know I'm real funny acting when it comes to 12s.
Yeah, we know. These are the 12s you want right here. You want these joints. Taxis. Taxis. These taxi joints. Yeah, man. These joints dropping next year.
Yes. Tax.
Tyler, man, you might want to add these taxis onto that. Add them on, bro. I know Tyler said he got his eyes on them flu games next year.
Yeah, yes.
Man, look, the flu games is nice too.
Listen,
But man,
the fluies.
My man said it's a pass for me because it's too close to the Amam in year 12s.
And that's the same vibe I'm getting. It
for the Soulfly joints.
Correct. So
yeah.
I
mean, I get it.
This, it seems darker than this. It's like a maroon mixed with that brown. That's why I said we've seen that iteration, but I get it. Like I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying it's not, but it looks like it's just like darker maroon, like a super dark maroon.
Tyler said he don't like the taxis at all. Oh, Tyler, are you having technical difficulties with your account? I think you might have to make a new one.
Hey, it's all good. I think
YouTube's about to kick him out of here.
For a 12, I need the taxis, bro. Now that's what I need for a 12.
Listen,
it's taxis.
OG of OGs, bro. These taxi joints.
I need the taxis, bro. That's what I need. For real.
There was a conversation going on about the shoes that Mike wore when he went to the Wizards, like the Cool Gray 11s.
Correct.
Do you count those as OGs, or are they like pseudo OGs since they weren't necessarily his Chicago Bulls days?
So
just like the Wizard 3s, you know what I'm saying? Like, can we count him as OGs because he switched to a different team that don't get counted as such, or
let's do a timeline
outside looking in?
But okay, so so let's do a timeline real quick, right?
Okay.
So Mike was done with the Bulls when? Like what? What year was he done with the Bulls? I'm going back in my brain.
Was it last shot was 98, wasn't it?
98, 99 season, not 97.
Yeah, I think that was last. Yeah, so that
98,
was
99.
Utah Jazz. Yeah.
Okay, 98, 99 season.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, let's look it up. Was it like that 98, 99?
With Chicago, 98.
So it was the 97, 98 season. Okay, I just want to make sure we get it. I just want to make sure we get it right.
Yeah, let me see here. Last year, 98. Yeah, his last run was 95 to 98. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Appreciate it, John.
Yep. Appreciate it.
So
that. Was it? So, okay. So let's take it back for a further second. So with those last shots, right? Then he went on ahead and went to the Wizards because he was supposed to become a partner of the Wizards. Right?
He had ownership of the Wizards.
Right.
Correct.
So he left the Bulls on other terms as well, but he mainly left the Bulls because he was supposed to have part ownership of the Wizards once he was done over there with the Wizards, hyping up the Wizards.
Yeah.
So the 11th time have already passed, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, Michael took that sneaker. They went back in the playpen, poured it back, and now he's rocking it with the Wizzies. So to me, that's a Bravo OG. So we have to say, you know what I mean? Like, it's not an alpha OG. And to your point, yes, it's the pseudo.
You think that, Perp? You think the shoes that Mike wore when he was on the Wizards are pseudo OGs? They don't count as normal OGs unless he wore them during the Bulls days.
Yeah, no, they don't count. I mean, if that were the case, then the Cool Gray 11s would be an OG.
Correct. That's exactly what I asked him about. Cool Gray 11s.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Since he wore those, and they wore the Wizard 3s.
Yeah, he wore those during that time, but never with the Bulls. So,
and he wore the Cool Gray 9s too, didn't he? To play on the Wizards.
I do believe he did. Yes.
Because the first time he actually wore the 9s was as a baseball cleat, which is why we got the Baron colorway on those. But yeah, I think he wore the 9s when he played for the Wizards in that gray colorway. I think he did.
Because I'll tell you now, man, that Cool Gray series, man, with those two particular sneakers, man, will forever be OGs to me. But that's why they get the term pseudo. Because again,
Correct.
Yeah, it's a suit.
I
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Hey, Johnny. So what you're saying is correct. That's why I said there was other reasons why Jordan left. But again, he was offered a deal where he was going to become part owner with the Wizards. That's why that was really why he left. And then what happened was the Wizards offered him $1 million. Hey man, we don't want to give you that offer. And Mike said, y'all can keep that $1 million. That pissed him off, bro. What you're saying is correct, but there was that other factor was the reason why he also left, bro.
Nah, he didn't take ownership of the Wizards until January of 2000.
So
that was 2 years after.
Yeah.
But the real reason why he left, though, was because they were talking about not re-signing Phil Jackson, if you recall, from the
Correct.
Last Dance.
Correct.
You know, yeah. And then 2 years later, he had became minority owner and vice president of basketball operations in 2000.
And then what happened after that?
Then he came back to play. Let's see here. Taxis look pretty good on this pick, though. Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do. He said to eliminate the overspending of 2025, I'm only going for OGs. The collab is starting to get oversaturated, I think is what he meant to say.
Yeah, who's going for these taxis?
I know I am.
The question is who's not going for these taxis, because damn.
That would be the better question.
Damn.
They're clean. They're clean.
They definitely clean, bro. Look at that on feet.
Look, give me those in the flu games, and we can go ahead and close that loop right there entirely.
On the 12s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler said, "Not I."
Hey, why did I read that with an English accent? Not I, sir.
He said, "Not I."
Not I. Hey, it's 10:03. Who went on ahead and caught the W today?
Yes, sir. Let us know of any W's in the chat, guys. I really don't think a lot of these shoes are going to be very difficult to go ahead and hit on.
Agreed.
Not at all. But man, with the look, with the to John Carter's point, man, with the amount of shoes dropping next year, I mean, just we could run through Z Sneakerhead's page right now. Just take a look. We talked about the Gammas. We talked about the Rare Air 11s, Bugs Bunny, the Bugs Bunny 8s are dropping next year.
That is the king of all 8s, in my opinion. That is king.
You think he's a king of all 8s?
That is king of all 8s, without a doubt. I remember having those joints, and I need them back in the collect.
I would say, for me personally, I go playoff 8s.
Okay.
I go playoff 8s before I go these.
Okay.
Bert, what do you think? What's your opinion on your favorite 8? Because not only we getting them Aqua 8s too.
I'm more inclined for the Aqua 8s, man. I've been waiting.
Okay, look at that.
Been waiting for that.
All right. Yep.
That's gonna be easy cop, but that's just my personal. I really want those.
Then we got these Black Cat 4s dropping next year.
Must cop.
And
where your kicks? You and I have talked about this. I did not necessarily like this sneaker at first, but as the week
grew on you,
it was that patent leather on the mud guard.
Well, I know the 3s you had a problem with because of the patent leather on there. The 3s you were kind of like, eh. I don't think you actually said that about these 4s.
But these 4s, though, These 4s made up for those insecurities around the 3. Hands down. Hands down.
Yep.
It's gonna be
and we got the reimagined metallic 5s coming out next year. I mean, those are already hitting the streets as we talk now, man.
Must cop.
Must.
So another one.
So let's talk about that for a brief second. Let's talk about how we're seeing an influx of all of these early sneakers, right, that are popping out that aren't slated to drop until fall, spring of next year. We're seeing them now where you can go ahead right now and pull the trigger.
Black Cat 3s are out there. They're dropping in February, but they already got those.
And we're talking about the black toe ones as well.
But the black toes were originally supposed to release last month, which is why they're in the streets. Now they're moving them to February, which I think is a bad move. They should have released them when they wanted to. There's too much. There's so much releasing in February of 2025.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That those unfortunately are going to go by the wayside.
And now we got the Galaxies, as we see right here.
Oh yeah, Galaxy Foam Posits are on there too. That's another one.
Classic.
These are going to be a tough cop. These are going to be a tough cop.
I thought the coppers were going to push a little bit more than what they did, but I still see them sitting everywhere.
Coppers, yep.
And that's crazy. That's crazy. Pure money.
These pure money 3s, like. But you know what? They may sit around a little bit, and you may be able to come back to these, depending on how they do the release. If they do it as a regular GR, I think you might be able to come back for these. I think we'll have to see as we get closer. RG says Stash 95s and Air Force Ones are a must cop. Yeah, man. Listen. They those are coming up. They're on the Sneakers app, and those are a retro, obviously, when they released before. But yeah, man, both of them for sure. I tend to like the Air Force One with the Stash colorways more than the Air Max 95.
Yeah.
And not to say I'm not an Air Max 95 guy. I just think the Air Force One looks better in my opinion. Let's see here. What else we got? What else we got on here? Oh, here we go. Aqua 8s.
Oh, yeah.
Aqua 8s are going to be on there. Right next to it. White Cement 4s. It's almost like some of these things we talk about, bro. It's almost like we almost forget about some of the stuff that are dropping. But damn.
It's stacked.
Now, Jay, they are, for whatever reason, also known as a reimagined White Cement 4. And I'm not sure why they're calling them that. I have not heard of any different materials or anything that they're doing with the shoe. If they change up the material, though, is it still a cop for you?
It is. It's a cop. I don't care if this thing come in white, nubuck, suede. This is a must for me.
As long as it ain't patent leather white.
I'm still copping.
Oh.
Hey, we're going to call them Billy White shoes.
Hey. Man.
Y'all know how I feel about the white cements. We not gonna
white
go
cements
there.
Your favorite. Yeah, white cements are your favorite.
Yep.
You know, we talked about these Black Cat 3s. Gonna be like I said, already in the streets, but this is what you're talking about here with the extra patent leather on that mud guard.
Yeah, that's slowly growing on me. It's really been growing on me week after week after week. And so I'm gonna go ahead and cop those early, obviously, just because I just gotta have them in hand.
Yeah.
To know for sure. However, a lot of people will be disappointed with those 85s. Those 85s are going to break some hearts because the shit-tastic leather quality.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Listen, the leather on them does not look good.
It's worse than Air Force One leather quality.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. I already know where you're going with that. Yes.
Hold on a second.
Yep. Put it up there.
It depends on the Air Force One. The all whites, they don't necessarily hit it with the best leather. But look, chat. We're gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look at these 85 high Chicagos because I've been looking at it and just something about them just seems they seem so muted in the leather quality. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily what they looked like when they originally released back in '85. If
No,
that's what they're going for,
no, because I've had
you know what I
those in
mean?
hand, and the leather quality on those is way, way different. Way different. I
Okay.
physically had those in hand.
An unworn pair.
An unworn pair. Now the
Okay.
soles were crumbled, but the leather was still intact, ashy as it may.
Now, this is another one here we haven't necessarily talked a lot about is these what the Kobe 8s that are dropping next
Coming
year.
back,
This
baby.
is
They
this is
finished the
something
line.
new. And mind you, we talked about Kobe. This is going to be an interesting release. Very interesting release. I could see these being like a tier 0 and sneakers app only type of release.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Hmm.
As a what the Kobe, I mean, and you're gonna see these move pretty crazy there on the secondary market for the amount of people that are gonna want to have these on feet to play ball in too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're
For
gonna see
sure.
them all across the
Yep.
NBA, man, a couple of months before the drop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, just like the Grinch cleats,
Yep.
just like the Grinch cleats.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh man, we gotta have a discussion about this one day. They're talking about the best reimagined shoe that is dropped. Now, mind you, the DMP 11s aren't on here, but we'll come back to that another day.
Well, I mean, they don't really need supposed to be on there though.
The DMP 11s,
Are we talking to gratitude?
the
Gratitude.
Gratitudes, yes, the Gratitudes are are part of the reimagined series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually it was
It
a
got
big
tricky.
discussion.
It got
It was a-
tricky with the DMP versus gratitude,
Yeah.
that whole thing. You know, that was weird.
There was a pretty large discussion last year through Twitter about it, and somebody posted their chat that they had with some Nike representatives about it, and they confirmed that those are part of the reimagined series.
But wait a minute, where your kicks and part of that composite picture are the patent ones on there as well, or no? Because those are real.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. There they are, right there, top left corner.
And you know, for a whole year, people didn't even realize that was a part of the reimagined series.
Nah, I think the first person to actually confirm that was Mr. Unloved Ones. He came out and said that they were actually a part of the reimagined series. They did not advertise them. Correct. They did not advertise those as being reimagined sneakers.
At all.
Yeah,
Horribly ball missed opportunity.
Correct.
Now, do you think it would have sold better had Nike done a better job at marketing that as a reimagined item in that series?
You know what's funny is they sold pretty well. The thing is the thing about it is people thought that shoe was going to go to the moon in terms of resale prices, and they kind of flattened out between like $350 and $400. Like now, I mean, look, the whole market's pretty much down on a lot of things, especially the Jordan 1s, but the prices now are a lot lower, obviously, on the patent breads than they were before.
Now, look, Jeffrey Flight just said the patent breads reimagined too, ?
Yes.
People still don't know. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A lot of people still don't realize that. But mind you, the women's satin breads are not a part of the reimagined series,
which is interesting.
Go figure.
Right.
So just to let you guys know, in a size 11, in the patent leather breads, 275, 11 and a half, 302, 12, 283, 12 and a half, 382, 13, 305, according to GOAT.
Yeah, man.
Hey, fellas, listen, I got to get going. I got some things I got to take care of, man. I've been a lot going on lately for me. So I got to get going. Chat, listen, I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure, man, y'all double tap that screen, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. We are definitely here in effect for y'all, man. I gotta go. Peace.
Yeah, so the lost and founds made the biggest splash. You know what? I would say maybe you're right. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. I know the advertising for them was probably one of the best advertising campaigns I've seen on a shoe in a very long time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
Yeah. I don't know whether they changed marketing employees, marketing teams, but it's completely upside down from where it started versus where it is now.
Correct. And look, some of y'all in the chat may agree, may disagree. I'm telling you right now, I love the Royal Reimagines. I do. I love the Royals. I think they're a great shoe. The resale on them is stupid low right now. You could probably catch that shoe for under $100, but the quality on there is top notch as far as suede materials, man. I'm telling y'all, top notch. Don't let the masses sway you away from that shoe if you like them, because the suede they gave us was really nice. Let's see here. Let me move on here. What else we got? We took a look at these rare Air 4s. Like I said, they're gonna hit us with that. Oh, here they show. So originally, when we were seeing these rare airs, they were showing the Nike actually was reversed on here on the one shoe versus the other. Rare kicks. We are in the minority that loves the Royal Blues. The quality is crazy on those. Oh, yeah, facts, man. Facts, Jeffrey Flight. 100% facts. 100% facts. I think these rare Air 4s, though, they're going to do real nice. And have y'all noticed something? Have y'all noticed on the 4s, these little extra triangles on the bottom straps? They're on some of the 4s and not all of them. Pull up the video I sent on IG. It was all the drops. Okay? All the drops for when? All the drops for when? I'll go to the IG here in a second. Let me go back to it here. Hold up. I didn't realize I wasn't sharing my screen. My bad, y'all. My bad. So on the rare airs, I'm talking about here this little triangle piece. Have you noticed that? Like down right here around this area, some of the 4s had it, and some of the 4s do not have that now. I don't know if most of y'all care about it or not, but that's originally, how they were coming with that extra little triangle piece on there. But man, oh man. Man, oh man, I think those are gonna do well. Hold up. So you said you sent me a video here. Oh, what's up, Herb? Hold on. Let me check this video out. This man said he sent me on the on IG. Have you noticed that, Perp, that on the 4s that they've removed that little triangle? On some of them.
Which one? What triangle?
On the 4, like on the bottom clasp, like the little triangle that goes in there. Like some of the 4s had it and some of them don't.
Yeah, the ones
Tyler,
with the new. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say, Tyler, I don't see the video here.
The one with the new SB shape don't have it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some of them have it. Some of them do not have it. Interestingly enough. Hold on a second here. Let me go back to it. What shoe are you looking forward to most next year? If you had to pick one.
With the Gammas, obviously.
Gamma 11s, okay.
Gamma 11. You know what? Before that, I was really excited about those white cements, obviously, because I don't have the originals.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a chance to spin a block on those. But those Gammas, I made triple up. And I just, that is my favorite 11 of all time. And you and I were talking, and I was actually out of the country when it released back in 13. And so I didn't have that opportunity. I just never went back to get them. And so now for me, it's like a kid. It's like that girl that you chased all throughout grade school and then high school, and you never got her. And then here you are, you graduated college, and now you're off in your first job, and now you grown man, you run back into her, and all of a sudden y'all get married 3 months later. That's me in the Gamma 11 right there. That's my high school sweetheart in my head.
Hey, sometimes when you run into them later on, bro, they don't look like they did back in high school. They put
Oh
on
no,
about
but she been
25
drinking a
pounds.
lot of water. She been working
Yeah.
out. She been taking care of herself.
She as fine as she's ever been.
She been doing Pilates. She been doing hot yoga.
Said she been doing hot yoga. Hot yoga. Man, look, Jeffrey Flaggo, Purple Haze, romantic guy. Romantic guy.
Oh, they gotta paint the picture.
Said love story. Yeah, man, when it comes to these kicks.
Yes, sir. It's
That's
real.
right. Hey, all right, so here we go. Bread 85 highs. All right, this is what we're talking about, guys.
Oh.
Something is up with this shoe. Like,
Look at that. Look at that. That is Ross quality. That is Filene's Basement quality.
you know what these look like to me? These remind me of the Gore-Tex joints.
It do with that.
It looks like the Gore-Tex type of.
Yeah, the perforations look stupid weird.
And like, I want to really like the shoe, bro. Like, just something about it just seems. My man said it looks like panda leather. Ooh.
Look at the mid paneling on that.
Ooh, look at that.
That's crazy.
And look, chat, like we not trying to sway you away from the shoe, because more than likely we'll probably end up trying to get this ourselves. I'm just hoping that the in-hand looks are better than some of these pictures, because based on the pictures,
that ain't it.
Listen, I will always advocate for make the ultimate decision when you have the shoe in hand. That's the best thing to do. We're just going off of what we visually see from these pictures, and I'm sure you guys looking at this can agree that something is up with whatever it is they're putting on these. I don't know what they're doing. I don't even think mink oil can necessarily richen these up enough. You know what I mean? Like,
oh.
I don't know. I don't know. Now, mind you, we have to preference this, okay? When we talk about 85 highs, what we need to understand is that it is a much thicker leather that they use on them. That's number one. Number two, because of that, it's interesting. Like, we're so used to the tumbling that they give us, but that's artificial. The tumbling that they do, it's artificial. It's the leather really comes smooth, and they have to treat it in order to tumble it. Mm-hmm. But it's not even that. It's just like there's no. It almost seems like, I don't know, like they need some lotion or something, bro. Like, just something to richen this up a little bit, because they just kind of look dry. Okay, the leather looks dry. There we go.
Mike said Diddy ones. It needs some baby oil in this.
He said baby oil. He said, I think they're shooting for that dull 80s look. See, and shout out to you, Drummond's, man, for being in the chat right now. I was wondering if that's how they came. Perp said, though, he had an 85 high original Jordan 1 from 1985 in hand. Now, mind you, you got the shoe in hand 39 years later.
Yeah, a lot changes.
A lot changes. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, though, that maybe that's what they were looking for when they were coming out with this shoe.
But even then, there's still, you could definitely see the quality of the leather that they use. Now I wasn't saying it was A1 leather. I want to be very clear about that. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying it was a different level of leather that they used. And of course, aging over the decades, definitely does it perpetuates that, obviously. This right here, if we were to go off of pictures, and a lot of people in the chat have some really good points, you can't always go off of pictures. Absolutely correct. But if we were to go off of this, just judging solely in this moment in time off of this photo, this is a pass for me. And you're talking to someone, I have all of the breads. I literally have all of the breads. Literally. Matter of fact, I have a whole section dedicated to breads.
Hold up. Hold on now, sir. Hold on there,
My whole
sir.
section is dedicated to that.
Oh. Hold
So,
up.
so it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about here. Like I'm going off of what I've had in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that ain't it for me. So until I get it in hand, it's a pass for me.
Real quick, 10:25, 25 minutes after the hour. Did anybody pick up anything off the sneakers app? Any of those SBs, reverse metallic fives, anything? Alma Meniere Air Maxes. Matter of fact, let's see where are they at right now with the Air Max. Let me see if anything is sold out on sneakers app. Chat, let us know if you caught any W's out there on anything. It says here the launch has ended for the Alma Meniere. Launch has ended for all of this.
Chad, did
As
anybody go for anything today?
Yeah.
That would be the better question, probably.
They said, Perp, your collection is set up. It's real good.
Oh, appreciate you,
Yeah,
brother.
man, they like that. They like the way those look.
Yeah, I've got a whole other wall over here that you can't see that is floating shelves, but maybe I'll do our next show in front of that wall next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. We should do like a sneaker room live. Everybody's got their own sneaker room. Like Mr. Think's got one, I got one, Jay's got one. Mr. Think Impossible's got one for real. My man said, let's see them Kobe Air Force Ones, Perp.
Oh.
They're right behind you. They're right behind you. You give them a flash real quick.
Yeah. We give a flash real quick.
There you go. I gave you some solo layout time.
Appreciate it. So quality on these is pretty decent. It's not like the Ama, obviously. I don't know.
I was gonna ask you that. Is it Alma Meniere? Yeah,
it's not Ama Meniere, but it's definitely a higher quality than your standard, Air Force One. And of course, it comes, as you can see, is my size 7.5.
Oh yes.
So, and it comes with both your laces, and the stitching is what I was talking about for the heel tab. Boom. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. That is quality right there. That's how it's supposed to be, folks. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Man, and just that imprint of the Mamba symbol in the heel. I love that. I love that little touch. I love that.
It's beautiful.
That's probably like that's probably my favorite feature on that shoe is that imprint.
And the varsity maze, man. This is beautiful. And the details on it, even with the tongue tag, like you have it. I mean, that it doesn't get any better than that.
The Kobe signature on there, everything.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely put a lot of detail into this shoe, and I can appreciate that. This is what we've been wanting. This is what we've been asking for.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Oracle has entered the chat.
G-Fish, what up, bro?
Yo.
What up, man? What up? Got a question here. Can we talk about the first exclusive draw that we saw from the sneakers app yesterday on the club? It's actually not the first draw. We had a draw before, and I can't remember what the hell the damn shoe was. But to his point, so the exclusive access that went out yesterday was a draw. And it was and to be able to get into it, you had to have gone and done the Snapchat game in order to be able to enter in for the exclusive access on the 11s.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did it as a draw. So usually when it was exclusive access, it was, kind of first come, first serve to get up in there. But then they decided to do it as a draw once you got in, which I thought was pretty interesting. So there's no actual guaranteed W with exclusive. I mean, it never necessarily was, but it's not first come, first serve when it comes to the shoe. Now, mind you, release day next week on the 14th for those Columbia 11s is going to be a Leo drop, not going to be a draw. But I thought it was actually a pretty cool way for people to get involved and have to do something extra. You know what I mean? It's something that seemed kind of fun to be able to go ahead and cop those shoes. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something a lot of people haven't seen in a while or haven't seen at all. I thought it was interesting. I think it's doing its job right now because guess what? We're talking about it, right? we're bringing more awareness to it, and so I think they're probably going to try and do this more in the future. You know, this was their beta, this was their pilot right now, and I think it was successful for the most part. And so we'll see what that really entails in 2025 calendar year. But I think it was different. It was refreshing. A lot of people are just tired of the same old cookie cutter type of releases, and this was a little bit different, and it kind of kept you on your toes. So I was all for it.
My man said lost and found ones or cool gray 11s. That's an interesting.
Yeah, that's a very
comparison choice right there, man. Now, are you talking about possibly trying to do a reach back? And that why he's asking. Maybe he's trying to do a reach back on him to see what he's going for Christmas time. My man said not spending any money until February on the Galaxy phones.
See, that man got the memo. That man got the look. The Oracle is always really just kind of dropping little gems here and there for those that don't know G-Fish in the chat. And we were just saying earlier how those galaxies are going to be problems. They're going to be pressure for a lot of people. I'm hearing a lot of people that don't even they've never even owned a phone posit are going to go for these galaxies, which is crazy.
I mean, that's like people going after the flu game 12s that don't necessarily like 12s, but they're going to go after that shoe.
I kind of feel like you're attacking me right now.
No. You weren't the only one that said it. Look, no. I'm a 12s guy. You know, I like 12s. You know
I mean? And I'm on record. I'm not a 12 guy, but those flu games absolutely are being fed to the wall.
My man said that has to be the best Air Force One collab ever. You know what? That'd be an interesting time to try to rate some of those because we got the Rockaware joints. We do have to involve the Travis Scott ones, and no, not the Utopias, guys. Travis Scott had 2 Air Forces. We also have
Terror Squad.
Yes, Terror Squad. Concrete Boys, and mind you, I'm just naming the ones that got put out there. I'm a Meniere, and mind you, for those of y'all that don't know, that's not actually the first time I'm a Meniere has done a collab with the Air Force One. They did a hand wash cold series a couple years ago to where there were 3. There was a low, a high, and then there was a low friends and family pair. That was
hard.
Yeah, 989 pairs total.
Sheesh.
989 pairs.
Crazy.
But the details on those Kobe's, what do you like better, the white pair or the black pair? I'm going to say this. I'm going to go with this before you answer. To me, the white pair is a little more wearable because of all the little Kobe symbols around it. Something about it, it flashes at me.
Number one, don't ask me no more damn questions, and then cut me off, and then answer your own damn question. Because literally, what you just said was exactly what I was going to say.
Really, you were going to say?
No, literally, word for word, I was exactly going to say that because the white pair is absolutely more wearable, but the black pair is like, would you want to pop out on them once a year and just like,
man, you know what? The black pair would be like a sneaker con.
Yeah,
you wear them to sneaker con.
Yeah, absolutely.
For real. Speaking of which, if any of y'all are going to be at Fort Lauderdale Sneaker Con, January 11th, 2025, pull up, man. The whole crew is going to be in the building. The building. Sneaker Con, Fort Lauderdale, 2025, January 11th. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a good time, bro. It's gonna be a real good time. Yeah, man. We're gonna see all types of things there. As far as, as we were talking about the Jordan 1s, what Jordan 1 are you looking forward to most next year in 2025?
Oh, shattered backboards, of course. Come on.
Shattereds, really?
Come on. Absolutely.
Shattereds.
Yeah. I've got the whole series, but I'm kind of like on the fence for those, though. I'm excited, but yet I'm like, kind of have anxiety because I don't know if it's going to be the same quality, leather quality, as the shattered backboard's known for, so some people may be disappointed. Some people may be happy to spend the block because they never had the original OG pair. So we'll see.
So shattereds are definitely up there for me. definitely up there. But the one I'm really looking at hardcore are these guys right here, the Union joints. I really like these. I really, really, really like these. I really do.
Those are going to be so okay. So let's back up for a second. What's your prediction on the amount of pairs they're going to have?
Total amount of pairs on those Union joints. I'm gonna say total. Worldwide.
Now let's relegate it down to U.S. based only.
All right, U.S. based only. I say 50,000 pairs. That's the number that sticks out to me. 50,000 pairs.
50,000, huh? Okay. I'll give you between 35 to 45,000.
Okay, so we're
close. We're ballpark.
We're close within range. We're in the ballpark.
Yeah,
we're in the ballpark.
Now, next question is the leather quality going to be like its predecessors? That's going to be my number one question when it comes to me copying that particular sneaker.
I'm gonna say yes. And mind you, like we're getting a picture here. Like you can kind of see some of the tumbling in the shoe itself. It looks like it's got soft leather. And mind you, okay. And mind you, we're actually getting a look at the real shoe versus a picture.
Mm-hmm.
But even based on this picture here, look at the vibrance of the red. Like it looks like it's got, some richness to it.
It's more university. It's more university red than
correct.
the other one, than its predecessors. No, Tyler, I don't have the Storm Blues, but they will be part of the 3-pack collection that I will cop next year for sure.
Speaking of, didn't you? What is this Jordan 1 that you traded for that I have yet to hear about?
So you really think I'm about to just go ahead and just put that out on chat for the whole world?
Come on, man. You've been holding out for like a month now.
Oh, I'm popping out with that one. Trust me.
Out.
I may bring them to SneakerCon. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
We will see. I'm still debating what I'll rock on feet, but I will definitely say this. There's a Storm Blue. Yep.
Now, here's the other one, right? The Frag Union joints. Jordan 1 Frag Unions.
I'm a huge Fragment fan, by the way. Fragment all day. Fragment or bust.
Honestly, I don't like these as much as I like the other ones, but I do like these a lot.
I think what you're seeing right here is a misrepresentation of the blue, because that is not true Fragment blue. And that's one thing that Fragment has been very consistent with, is the shade of the blue that they use specifically. I think that picture's off. I think you'll be very happy with what it looks like in hand versus this picture.
Okay.
And I have several Fragments. And
which one do you like better, these or the other ones, the Chicago joints?
See, again, anything Union, I gotta feed to the wall. But it's always going to be Chicago all day. Chicago or bust. Chicago or bust. That's just me. But Fragment Blues are going to be, it's a covet for me. Not everybody likes Fragment, right? The Fragment collabs. But the Fragment collabs have been some of the most iconic collabs within Nike history. And I don't think anybody would disagree on that. So
that's true.
And this would be no different. But yeah, it's the Union collab, though, is up there as a top 5 best Jordan collabs of all time, though.
What would you have as your number 1 collab?
We already had this conversation before.
I think we did.
I mean, probably Ama.
Yeah.
Ama would definitely be up there.
I still have to say Ama.
Yeah, because Travis Scott is putting Nike on his back and carrying it. God damn, he needs some Tylenol, some Aleve. But outside of that, it's more hype, right? Ama is not, didn't start off, at its root core as hype. It built up hype based off of the quality, based off execution of its releases. And that
Correct.
right there, puts it at number one spot for me. A lot of people are going to disagree with that, but each to his own.
All right, so we got a good visual here of the different 85s that have actually dropped the breads. This is actually a good graphic here from Z Sneakerhead, showing from 1985 all the way up to 2025. You can see the shapes have all relatively been different.
Yep. And see, I had the 11s, I had the 13s, I had the 16s, and of course the 21s, of course.
Yeah, I have the patent leather breads. I have those.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that shoe personally.
Yeah.
The 2025, I'm trying to see what it matches in terms of what we've gotten prior. I guess it's the closest to the 85, but look how different the collar is.
Yeah.
On the 2025 pair versus the 85 pair. Now it could be the angling of the picture, but just based on what it looks like they made it longer.
Well, it's this new 85 cut is where they're basing it off of, not not the OG 85.
And then the slope itself, look at the slope of it from 2025 to 85. That slope is way different. Now, so 85 to 94 seems to be a match. 2001, 85 to 2001 seems to be pretty similar, but then in 2021, you see as they start to curve the toe up a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And then they try to flatten it out. So,
yeah, I mean, these are going to have the same exact cut as the Georgetowns, as the black and whites that dropped last year. It's going to be the exact same shoe. So,
RG said Travis Frags and OG Jordan Frag Blue is a different shade of blue. Okay.
Let me see. Travis Blue. Well, no. That's different though. That's a triple collab. Triple collabs are going to have a different. They're going to have a different shape, right?
But you got the Frag Lows though, right? And you have do you have the highs?
No, I don't have the highs.
You have the lows though, right?
I got rid of my highs 2 years ago.
You got rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Wasn't a fan of them.
No, it wasn't the fact that I had a chance to covet 3 for 1 of my top 15 list, and so I'd be stupid not to go for it. So I went for it. Yeah.
Got you.
Matter of fact, my varsity maze is not for resales were part of that trade.
Yeah, that's I don't want to say it's a slept on shoe, but it's kind of like one of those you don't see it too often.
Because they only made such a small amount of pairs, those in the red.
Yeah, you don't see that shoe in a while too often.
I've seen so stupid right now.
Like I've seen more off whites in the wild than I have those not for resales.
I've never seen them in a wild ever. I mean, that's just not a shoe you put on toe. And this
really out in Chicago, you've never really seen many people wear them. Interesting.
I've never seen anyone wear them in public. No. Not saying that they don't.
Sneaker events. How about that? I've seen. I mean, we have a lot of local sneaker events, and sometimes I'll see somebody with them on. You know what I mean?
I've seen people with them in their collection with the varsity maze, but I've never seen the reds in anyone's collection or on toe. There we go. There we go.
Getting a nice look here at the Flu Game 12s that are going to be dropping. Man, look.
That's trouble. Man. That's pressure. That's pressure right there, folks.
Man.
Where's G-Fish at? G-Fish says he still has his in really good condition.
Man.
See, that's going to make me come out of retirement right there and just jump on the I've never been a bandwagon guy. I'm a bandwagon. Man. It's just history. It's historic. So much rich history behind it.
Man. Facts. Hey, Lil Raji, you just stepped into this conversation. Ain't nobody arguing with anybody. You watch your tone, or you getting up out of here.
Yeah, I mean, the door is clearly marked.
Watch your tone. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, man, these things right here, bro.
Nasty.
These things right here. Oof.
And they got the
Tyler Radio said, that's how I feel about my BC3s. So I'm wearing my Flus tomorrow. Okay. Wearing them for the game tomorrow. Yeah, against the Panthers.
See, Oracle just stunned right now. He's just stunned. He's just giving him a reminder right
Yeah, I know. I
now.
know. Now, is this the actual shaping that we're getting? Are they changing up the shape at all? Because when I looked at the taxis, it looked like the taxi shape was a little different on those. They look like they slimmed the toe down, if that's what they're actually supposed to look like.
Well, they're saying that these are not the exact shape.
Okay.
Right? This is a more updated mold, is what they're saying. So
Okay.
you may see some differences or variations in it.
Got you. I mean,
Yeah.
either way, yeah. These right here, man, man, oh man, few games.
So are we predicting instant sellout
on these? Oh yeah, and mind you, these are going to be at all major retailers. If they hit us with an okie doke and say that they're only going to be at like tier zeros, oh man, you want people fighting in line.
You're going to hurt some feelings on that.
You know, and mind you, like, listen, and again, like, look, we forgot about these coming back. The grape joints.
Yeah. That's gonna fall between the cracks. I guarantee you right now.
Yeah, I guarantee it probably will.
I hate to say this, even the Aqua 8s are going to fall between the cracks. I hate to say.
Well, the Aqua 8s, they moved them to fall time now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe they're around the time that they need to be. I want the cherries, blueberries, taxis for American flag Jordan show. Hey, well, hold on a second. I don't know about the blueberries, but the French blues are supposed to be coming out, which are the exact same color block as the blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
And the French blues, I believe, are OG, right? French blues are OG colorway.
Nobody's talking about them right now.
Yeah. Man, these things right here, Tyler goes, these ain't falling through the cracks. Yeah, but Tyler's a 5 guy. Tyler's a 5 guy. So, you know, he takes offense to that. He takes offense to it. Man.
I feel like they should push these and the Aqua 8s to 2026.
Ooh, don't say that.
I really
don't say that.
Because I feel like these two sneakers are such fucking heat that it would be a disservice, right, for them to end up, falling between the cracks because of everything else that's coming up next year.
Listen, look, with everything dropping, things are definitely going to sit around. It's unfortunate. A lot of you out there are going to have your favorite kicks, and these are the blueberries here. These are not the French blues. You know what I'm saying? They clean. They clean looking. I know someone said these are the 12s for the West Side.
Right.
Like they did for the Awakes. Like they did for the Awakes.
Perp, this is Nike AI again. You better stop with that blasphemy or your account.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, look, because here goes another one that's dropping.
Oh my god! Oh, come
another
on.
one.
Fire Red 5s.
The Fire Reds.
Let's
go. Are dropping. Like, look, listen, chat. Let's be honest. Like, some of this stuff is going to sit. It's going to sit around, and you're going to be surprised by it. But it's just the nature of the beast with everything dropping. And some of you guys out there have made the transition to other brands as well. So you got to think, like, not only are we showcasing just what we know, allegedly, and I'm going to say that because to Perp's point, some of this stuff may get pushed back. You got to think to yourself, we still haven't seen what's coming from New Balance. We still haven't seen what's coming from Asics. We haven't seen what's coming from Saucony. And look, I'm not Adidas as well. Like, let's be honest here. Not everyone in here is just a straight Jordan fan, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's not that way. So you got 40th anniversary of Jordan brand. Then you got all the stuff that's going to be coming from Kobe, right? Who knows what SBs we're looking at getting next year? They're talking about bringing the SBs back, possibly. Then you got all the other brands and the like Action Bronson collabs and all this stuff. Man, look, next year is going to be crazy, and stuff is going to sit.
And we didn't
Look, we got
think about.
2 different colorways of the SB4s coming out next year.
Damn it, you took my damn thought right out of my head. Yeah, and so that was the point I was about to make. We still haven't even talked about those two, right? I mean, that's how much heat is slated for next year. You got SB4s. People wait for those SB4s for a minute now, and although I'm not hearing, and I'm a little nervous because I'm not hearing as much about the red pair as I should be hearing, which I'm hearing rumors this could be a friends and family variation.
I heard February release on those.
I am not happy. No, I've heard February release on the blue pair, on the navy blue pair, not the red.
I heard February for the reds and the blue pair summertime.
You have to tell me. I'm calling in all type of favors if they flip that shit into a friends and family pair for the red pair. I'm calling in some serious favors on that one because I may burn some bridges on that one because that's coming home.
Said, come on, guys. Jordan Brand wants everyone to get a piece of it. Listen, here's the thing. If you can get your hands on these shoes when they release, go ahead and do so because who knows how long it's going to be. All right, those Gamma 11s that are dropping. The last time we got them was 2013. You talking about 12 years, you know? It's for a lot. We had how many shoes dropped this year that we hadn't seen in how long? Like the what is it? The Olive 5s. How long has it been since that shoe came out? It was like early 2000s, and then they dropped them this year.
Olive 9s.
No, the green joints. Damn, I got them in the box. The olive green with the orange trim on them.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I forgot that quick that they came
those.
Out. Yep.
Nike Air Bacon comeback. Yeah, listen, the last time I seen the Bacons was Supreme did a collab on them. The Nike Air Bacon Supremes. That was last year, I believe they dropped.
They dropped the 90s back in 22.
But look at these joints. Black Cat 5s. When are these coming? They talked about those. Not only did they talk about these, they also about Fear 5s, possibly, for next year. Look, if some of this stuff goes on sale, I'm going to tell you right, I'm not going to be mad at it because to be getting hit every week, 200, 200, 200, 200. But shoot, every week. How about the multiple releases they do per week, sir?
Man, look, crime rates are going to soar. There's going to be a whole influx of robberies, break-ins.
Man. So Jeffrey Fight, Black Cat 5s, they're canceled completely. No Black Cat 5s ever. I know they tried to release them this year and then they got pushed back. Is it ever? Oh, here we go. I gotta look here at the rare air 3s as well. There's another one, bro. Look, okay, so they reversed the swoosh on these. I thought they were doing it on the 4s also. Damn, look at that leather. Look at that leather on there. Damn. Damn.
It's giving you my vibes in the front, though.
It does. It does. Hey, can we say it? Can we say it now, Perp? Can we say it now?
Hit him with it.
Them Ama 3s is greater than them Black Cement 3s. As much as I love my Black Cement 3s.
Unpopular opinion. I want to make that disclaimer. So, facts, 100%. The quality, the craftsmanship, it was almost a perfect 3. Almost a perfect 3. Minus that one discrepancy.
Yours had.
I had the thermometer in the back. Yeah.
Have you been able to clean that? You try
that
cleaning
is
it? Oh, speaking of clean. Now look, y'all know, most of y'all in here, some of you guys are new. I do have an affiliation with Resjuvenator, but and if you guys want to use my promo code WYK26, save 10% on all Resjuvenator purchases. The cleaning packs, you know, the ones that come in the little silver condom like wrappers.
Mm-hmm.
So after some time, you know them things, they dry out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just add water.
That's it.
Just add water.
That's
That's
simple.
it. Because if you look, the ingredient is the cleaning solution and water. Just add water to them.
Wow.
I opened it up and I was like, damn, this shit dry. But I was smelling it and I'm like, and I smell the chemical in here. I'm like, I smell the cleaning solution. And I said, let me see. Put a little bit of water on it, started rubbing it through together in my finger, and it started to foam up. And I was able to use it to clean some shoes with. Yeah, so just add water.
They don't give you a disclaimer to do that. You just got to figure it out on your own. Common sense ain't so common.
Nope. I wonder if I should put that out there for them.
Hey,
You better give me a kickback for that information.
Hey, give you an uptick in percentage.
Yeah, just add water to them things, man. But they come in handy, let me tell you. Them things come in handy. And the nice part is they fit right there in your wallet.
How about that?
They fit right there in your wallet.
Hey, we educate on this live, folks.
Facts. Well, my man said that Union 3, the 3 is a Union Light. Oh, I see what he's saying.
Yeah.
I see what he's saying with the blue hints and stuff like that on there.
Uh-huh.
You know what? I bet you probably could throw some yellow laces in them joints.
Oh, yeah, they smack. You
could throw some yellow laces in there. You could. Yeah, these Rare Air 3s, bro.
Yeah, because that's nothing but the heel tab from the muslin when you think about it.
It actually is. Now that I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the craft 3s.
The canvas too.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Was it? They just want you to buy more wipes. There will be no kickback. They'll take your discount code away if I put that info out there. Yeah, you don't need to buy more. Just hold on to them.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, so that is a nubuck material on there. So it looks like for the elephant print, it's like a gray leather. The uppers look like nubuck, clean nubuck at that, and then the elephant print in the back area is a gray leather as well.
But you know what? Speaking of cleaning scenarios, I'll give you a cleaning scenario. So Mr. Clean eraser pads, right? When they first came out, and they a lot of these sneaker tubers started figuring out, wait a minute, I could clean the soles and the midsoles of my shoes with these easily. And it spread like wildfire on TikTok, and all of a sudden Mr. Clean came out with a statement like, our pads are only for industrial use only, blah, 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 blah. But then they started seeing the traction that they started getting on TikTok. And now if you look at their box, they advertise it on the box. Clean sneakers as well on the back in small print. How crazy is that? It just goes to show you the power of social media.
Exactly. Kent Brooks goes, do this affect resellers when they bring shoes back out? Perp, you want to take that one first?
What was the scenario?
So he's at when they re-retro some of these shoes, like for example, Undefeated Force.
Oh, okay.
Wu-Tangs.
No, what it does is it actually affects the value of the sneaker they're redropping, right? It won't have that high of a value to it. Typically, what we see on the OGs, like the pair, like the Gambits, for example, they'll still hold their value as a 2013. But these new ones, the 2025 ones, will not have that high a value of it, if that makes sense. So it will constantly be that tier level. 13 will always be a higher tier. It'll always be more on the resale side as a result, until maybe some time goes by, because once you start getting into like a 15, 20 year differentiation, nobody's going to get that shoe, because now you have degradation within the sole. The sole starts to break down, starts to crumble. The materials start to kind of, wear down. And so now that 25 will then hold the value of the 13, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like to be honest with you, yeah, it's interesting though, but periodically wearing your shoes is actually what helps to preserve them the most.
It's good.
Not unless you actually keep them airtight.
Yep. So for all you people out there that have 500 pair of shoes, Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
lose some on the back end. You're
Now,
not wearing all of them.
now, if you got rubber soles like the like a Jordan 1 would have, like with rubber soles, like those will actually last you, because I've seen people wear like them some old Jordan 1s, bro, but it's got rubber soles on them.
Yeah.
Those necessarily won't degrade like a Jordan 3 would. Like at some point, like from if I do not wear this shoe, at some point this back here is going to become like cake. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you definitely want to make sure you wearing your sneakers like that. Matter of fact, that's what inspired the Off-White 2 lows, was the fact that they took the Jordan 2, right, and then they saw that the sole like cracked up
Mm-hmm.
from not wearing it, and that's what they use like the mold for the Jordan 2 Off-Whites.
Which is why it looks like that, especially around the back heel part.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Clark Kent. Facts.
Yep.
Facts. Yep. Yeah, man. You gotta have these shoes touch ground, man. Like it's nice to come into a room and look at your shoes and stuff like that, but it's a whole different game to actually be able to wear these, because a lot of us in here remember when some of these shoes originally came out. You didn't have the money to get them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just have them be shelf queens. What's this?
That's all my shoes for 2000. My 2016 flu games is going to be more than my 2025 facts. The OG is always going to hold a higher value until we move 15, 20 years into the future. Then you start to see that cycle on out.
Mm-hmm. RG goes, I sell my Jordans as soon as they announce a new retro. Okay.
Ooh, well,
Some people do that. I mean, that's what Jay was going to do with the 11s, and then we ain't going to talk about his Columbia 11s.
Did you see it? Did you catch this video on him yesterday?
I didn't watch it yet.
Oh,
I did not.
You need to see it, sir.
Oh, boy.
It's a whole continuation of our live from the other night. That's all I'm going to say about that. And let it go. Hey, I think you better let it go.
Man, your boy got a lot of hate in his heart, bro.
He got
a lot of hate in his heart.
Not a lot of hate, not hate.
He got a lot of hate,
No, but
you got a lot of hate in your heart.
When you look at it like this from a historic standpoint, he's more of a historian, and he has a lot of knowledge about history, and that right there serves him well. But you look at the flip side of things. There are always going to be different perspectives, and no one's right, no one's wrong. We get it. 96, 2001, 2014, and 24. Look at the variations. Look at the changes over the years. Now let's do a composite breakdown from the 14 to the 24. What pops out off the top of your brain between those 2 years right there?
The cut of the patent leather is lower on the 2014.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The low cut patent leather on the 2014 pair.
Now there's a faction here. Some prefer lower cut, some prefer higher cut, and there are others like me in the middle that hey, if it looks good, I don't care, right? Where are you as in regards to low cut versus high cut?
I like the look of the low cut. I do, but I have no problem with the high cut patent leather on the 11s. As far as prefer, if I like the 11, I prefer the pair I can get for retail.
Hey, cash is king.
So I have like the cherry joints here, right?
Yep, cherry 11s.
Okay, high cut patent leather, but my breads that I was able to pick up, low cut.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy to have this damn shoe, whether it be low cut or high cut. I'm just happy to have it.
I'm due for a re-up for mine because I got mine on a drop when they first dropped, and so they have seen some days. It's ready for a refresh.
You know what's crazy about this pair is I did a video on the top 10 Jordan 11s. It was done by the Soul Retriever app, right? And I was just running through what they put on the list. When I tell you the amount of people that were upset that this shoe was not on that top 10 list, I was pretty surprised by it. I was pretty surprised by the amount of people that were like, yo, those need to be on the list.
See, and what I've experienced is the opposite. I see a lot of people that hate on that 11. They hate that 11. I don't understand why, because number one, I absolutely love that 11. I hit on it on the shock drop when I was at Afrotech. I was at Nike and connected to their Nike server, and boom, shock drop came across to my phone. I didn't know what the hell it was. I was like, oh yeah, I'll take these. Boom. And this was like 22, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got it in the hand. I was like, man, I love this. I had it on feet for Thanksgiving of 2022. That's how fast I got it.
Nice.
And I've never looked back. I love that 11. And I really feel like for that whole 5-year span, that's absolutely in my top 10 list. It's a slept on 11. A lot of people hate it. I don't understand why.
So my man Drummond said, what's the point of having a retro if it's not a retro? Good point. I say, see, look, I don't think Nike's dumb, right? Nike's not dumb. I think they do understand the prestige of their line of sneakers. So, to G Fish's point, right? Hitting us with that baking soda. But they change it up just a little bit. Just a little bit so that the older models can hold still their prestige and value. Case in point, Wu-Tang Dunks, okay? So they brought the Wu-Tang Dunks out. Now, mind you, there was an original 36 pairs that released due to the album, but if you look, the tongue on the original 36 pairs is much higher than what they actually released to the public a few months ago. So it's the Wu-Tang Dunks, but there's enough difference in styling cues to help maintain the prestige of what came before. So in this case here, when we're looking at the 11s that have dropped, there's 4 total different renditions, and the previous 3 were all low cut patent leather, and now for 2024 they brought them out with a high cut patent leather. So the prestige of what came before will still be there for that low cut, and if you got them. But for those who've never been able to touch them before, like myself, you got the high cuts, and I'm not mad at them. Are they the prestige of what came before? Not necessarily, but.
Now, see, I'm going to push back on that example you just gave.
Go ahead.
And this is why I push back on it. The premise of what you were saying, spot on. That specific example of the Wu-Tangs, though, I disagree with, because, number one, there was only a handful of pairs made. There was 36 pairs made.
Correct, 36.
Essentially, 36 friends and family
pairs
were made. So friends and family are always going to be different from the original pair.
But okay. But with that, if you look at the friends and family, just the shoe itself, there's characteristics that are a little different than what we got to the public. So here's the thing. Like, imagine they made it exactly like the original 36 pairs.
But they wouldn't, because it was a friends and family.
That's true too. So I don't know. I know for a fact the difference I know is the tongue height on the friends and family pair is much higher.
Quite obvious, yeah.
Than what we got.
Yeah,
and
no,
there's probably a few other things on there too that's different.
So I would go and put that picture the diagram you had up of all the bread ones, right? And you can see it's literally the same shoe, but with different variations throughout the years. But for the Wu-Tang Dunks, though, it was a friend and family. So friends and family is always going to have a different variation, whether it be a different shape, mold, blend, colorway than the actual general public release. So the general public release will never, ever look like the 36 Chambers release that came out years ago.
See, my man Drummond says that the yellow is different on the Wu-Tangs. Okay. Yeah, see? So, yeah, So that way there's distinguishable traits between the two, right? So you got the respect for it, but what originally came still gets to maintain its prestige.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
it's what the value of that shoe was. When I say value, I mean the history of the value of that shoe
Mm-hmm.
when it
Mm-hmm.
dropped. And man, it was iconic. And it continues to remain iconic to this day. And we saw that with the way that this release was done, which was marketed very excellently, by the way.
So Tyler's saying that the patent leather cut from the 96 through 14, the height is different.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that?
I can see if you look at 2096, it's toward the back. There's absolutely a difference.
Yeah, I see that.
2020, 2001 versus the 96.
Okay, 2001, 2014 look like the same height. Would you agree on that all
Yeah,
the way through?
But 96
Yeah,
and 1 are different.
96 is yeah, just a little,
You see how much it
just a
peaked
little,
on the 01 pair?
just a
The
little.
96, yeah.
So even with that said, right, when they were with the BC3s and they were trying to go back to the quote unquote original shape, or depending on how you feel about it, the original style for the elephant print, it was close, but it wasn't necessarily it. Now, the BC3s 2024 pair, that shape is on point. On point.
Yeah, the 18 pair are chunkier. They're chunkier. The elephant print is darker. The midsole's higher on it. If you go and look, because I have both pair, and I mean they're different variations. The 2024 pair though are more streamlined, much to where your kicks point, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm not a big fan of chunky sneakers.
The 2018 pair looks so chunky compared to the 2024. When I was looking at it, I was like, damn, that shit looks fat. Compared to it, you know what I mean? It really does. Like, and look, again, I think we're at a different time right now when it comes to shoes and how people feel about certain things. And, you know, again, I have the 2018 pair of black cement threes. And I have the 2024 pair. There are things of the 2018 pair that I respect and love, but not to the point where I'm knocking this 2024 pair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a 2024 pair has enough characteristic differences on it to help it stand by itself that I think it's a great actual shoe. And some people are possibly going to regret passing on it at some point down the line. And mind you, like we talked about them Ama 3s, right now them things are below retail. It may not be that way forever.
Perfect time to cop right now.
It may not be that way forever. So I would definitely consider possibly picking up that shoe at the price point they're at. I'm telling you right, the quality on there, I'm telling you right now, you will not be upset with the quality of materials and everything on that shoe.
A1 steak sauce.
A1. A1. My man said, example, new Stash Forces look the same but different from the OG. Facts. That's a good point. Stash Air Force Ones. Let me go ahead and bring those up real quick. So let me see if I can get a shot of the new versus old pair. If anybody's got those pictures out there.
Yeah, but you know what though, because technology changes over the years, especially when it comes to sneakers. Material blend and patents and things like that change as well, and so you're almost never, not never across the board, but almost never going to get the exact same sneaker as what you had before. And I think that's nice. It's kind of like a thumbprint right there, fingerprint. No two fingerprints are the same.
Correct. Correct. I agree with you on that. I do. I think yeah, and different dyes and or just over time. I think candy apple red, for example, on a car from like 40 years ago isn't going to be candy apple red of 2024.
Yeah.
Even if you take care of it. there'll probably be some real differences in there. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, these things. It's an old school pair here versus what we got coming out. Yeah, they dope. It was a nice shoe.
Yeah, I like the shirt.
Nice shoe for sure. And you know what? This material on the mudguard, you know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
The material on the Fear 4 tongue. I'm looking at it. It looks like that. It looks like a match in material quality. Like that material looks like it could easily get scratched if you're not careful.
But that's just a poly blend nubuck, right? With that smooth variant.
But if you recall, so the Fear 4s came with that cardboard over the tongue for a they're protecting it for a reason. You know, something about the material on the tongue apparently can get damaged in the packaging, so that's why they do that. I mean, look, when you get like double wrap shoes or you get like cardboard in certain places and stuff like that, that's because they recognize that within the box itself, as it's moving, shipping, all that, like the shoe can be damaged in some kind of way, or you get like the paint transfer. You know,
the Alma 3s, for example, Alma 3s, right? You know, certain people, well, a lot of people had those little divots on the toe box, and that was because of shipping, moving around in there. How? Let me see. How?
Oh,
no.
The fours had it from the tab.
Yeah, the fours
That's
had
what it was.
Yeah, I'm just using this for an example, but
the fours had it. Yes.
And so as a result, it would cause these divots right here on the toe box for a lot of people.
Yes.
And they didn't understand why at first until somebody came out with a video explaining why. And so, much to your point, yeah, they do. That's a huge difference with how you ship versus how you receive, because there's a lot of movement because these things are coming from overseas for the most part.
Correct.
It's a lot of time to move around and shift and apply pressure in certain areas. Nothing pisses you off more than getting a big divot in your toe box that you didn't put in there.
And as we're talking about this right now, another shoe they're talking about dropping that's probably obviously going to have some different styling cues than what the original was
for the year.
Undefeated fours
for the year, unless they come out with those bread off whites.
Oh man,
for the year.
Man, if I hit on those shoe, if they drop them bread off white fours next year, and I hit on those shoe, let that be the shoe. If I hit on no other shoes next year, let it be those off white bread fours.
Hit on that and retire for the rest of the year.
Man, let me tell you, man. Now, mind you, here's the interesting part. The original version is Jumpman on the heel, not Nike Air. That's the interesting part. So, based on that, what do you think is actually going to hold a little more weight? The Nike Air on the back tab or the Jumpman on the back tab?
That goes without even asking.
So hold on a second. I'm asking the question for a reason. I don't. Go. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
No, Nike all day. Nike
okay.
OG.
You think Nike Air? Okay, I get that. But in terms of, we're talking about, retroing shoes. In this case here, the real retro is what? The Jumpman on the back of the heel. Not the Nike Air.
Read Jeffrey Flight's comment.
What do you say? OG1 is Jordan at the back, and new OGs want the new Nike Air version. Stop the cap. I mean, look.
That's how everybody feels, because it's the truth.
Look who popped back in. My man, where you at right now, Jay?
Look like he's at a monastery. He's a nun.
Oh, we'll wait for him to come back on. Need to talk about it, guys. I mean, look, the Nike Air looks good on the back. The Nike Air looks good on the back, but you had that Jumpman on the back. People gonna ask you if those are the originals.
Nah, ain't nobody gonna ask you with a Jumpman on the back of their originals. Everybody knows the Nike. That Nike, baby. Come on
I mean,
now,
the
baby.
Nike Air looks good. I'm not gonna lie, the Nike Air looks good. I'm just saying from the pure standpoint of what they originally dropped.
Let me
That's
tell you,
all.
anybody that understands the history behind behind the undefeated fours, they're going to know, right? They're already gonna know what already know doesn't have to be said, right? At the end of the day, so that's not gonna spark any conversation. Any OG or any true sneakerhead's gonna look down in 2 seconds and say, "Oh, that ain't it," and then keep it moving. Simple as that. It won't even be a discussion. I mean, and you know this too, so that's why you're laughing, because you would be one of those people. Look. Nike on the heel tab coming up against who pops back into the chat.
Yeah, I know, right?
What's going on, fellas?
Jay, you gonna go for these undefeated fours?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go on.
Now, hold on. Let me.
No. You got to finish the rest of that story. You can't do a half-ass version of that question.
I'm not. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Now, Jay.
I don't know what's going on, but
okay. Now, Jay. The originals came with that Jumpman.
He asked his question.
So they're dropping 2 versions of the undefeated fours: the Jumpman on the back and the Nike Air on the back. Right. Now, which one you trying to get?
That's not a question for me. Nike Air.
Okay, he wants Nike Air. Okay. Now, Jay, if it's not a match in material quality, what are you gonna say about them?
If it's not a matching material quality
to the old pair that came out, you gonna be mad at them?
Listen,
I heard you was on a rant in your Jordan 11 video that I gotta go watch. I heard you ranting in there.
So listen, at the end of the day, man, here's my expectations, right? I'm not saying that the quality has to be exactly the same as the OG, but it either A, needs to be on par, but honestly, it should be better with the price spike at the end of the day.
So, Drummond's asked, so the Jumpman is more OG than Nike? No, that's not what I'm saying. But when it comes to the undefeateds, when they dropped the undefeated fours originally, they had a Jumpman on the back, not the Nike Air.
Correct.
That's all I'm saying.
Get your shirt.
They had the Jumpman on the back.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah, so I think universally, you see that Nike Air on the bike. I mean, we know what time it is. We know what time it is. You know, there is a very firm distinction between the Nike Air on the back versus the Jumpman. I don't think anybody will argue that. And true OG heads will always veer toward the Nike Air on the back because rich history and nostalgia comes with that Nike on the back. It ain't just Nike just dropping that randomly on the back. No.
Correct.
It's about rich history behind that and why they did that.
Correct. Yeah. So here's an original with, like I said, Jumpman there on the back.
Oh, this is sad.
Sorry, fellas. Sorry.
So that's all I'm saying. When it comes to the undefeated fours, the originals is Jumpman.
Yep.
But that Nike on the back does look good. Now,
I have a question for you.
What's up?
And this is a question that, here's what I'm asking. And this is assumption. And I know both are coming with Jumpman or the Nike Air. The Nike Air would be the more expensive one, correct?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, because that's my question.
I don't know. I do know because they're dropping 2 of them. One of them probably will be a more exclusive pair. Now, it could be the Nike Air because they didn't release it originally with it, and we all know the prestige that Nike Air has being on the back of our fours.
Correct.
But like to Tyler's point, for this particular shoe, the Jumpman may actually do better. That's true. It may.
I can see that point.
It may.
Okay. But that Nike Air for me, Nothing like that Nike Air.
Yeah, Nike Air does look good on the back. It does. Look, I'm just gonna be happy to get a pair for retail, regardless. Okay, I'm gonna be happy to get a pair in here, whether it be Nike Air or Jumpman on the back. Okay,
Oh wow.
because that damn shoe goes for how much as it is now. What's the resale on it? Like 30K on a pair of undefeated fours?
Some stupid dumb.
You think honestly, guys, for what that shoe goes for on resale, you really gonna be upset if it's Jumpman on the back? I'm not.
But let's be honest. This pair will not be worth 30 grand, right? 20 grand, whatever the value would be. These pairs will not be close to that price point. Do you know what I mean? So
No, they won't. They won't.
So I still feel like there's going to be a slight variation from the originals to the 2025 pair. You know how Nike like to throw in it could be something so stupid like, a slight lightness of color, a slight darkness of color. It could be anything so slight to make sure that it does not fully give you that original pair that dropped.
Yeah, we were actually having a conversation about that concerning the 11s.
It's always some type of
and just shoes. Yeah, they always give it a little bit of a changing characteristic to differentiate from the original, to have the original maintain a level of prestige.
Yep.
Yep. So that's the truth there. Who can really wear a $30,000 sneaker outside?
Mayor.
Somebody wear, yeah. They'll wear them. People will do it, bro. I'm telling you, man. People are wearing them Air Force One Louis Vuittons on feet, and you see what they're going for.
Yep.
They wearing them on feet. Like, people will do it. Like, here's the thing, too, man. Like, everyone will look at you crazy for wearing that expensive of a shoe, but at the same time, it's just like, me personally, I can't just have some shelf queens. Like, they got to touch ground at some point. They're going to touch ground at some point,
Yeah. I mean, Jay will tell you I'm a very firm advocate of wearing your sneakers. Why have a sneaker if you're just going to put it in a glass case and let it sit on a shelf for the next few years, right?
It's a waste.
Put them on your feet at least once, if nothing else. Break them in, get to feel them. Let them touch grass,
Yeah.
I have a handful of sneakers I have not worn yet, only because the opportunity has not presented. Like all my off-white Jordan 1s, I've worn. My Euros, I've worn.
Yep.
My UNCs, I've worn. I've worn all of my off-whites, all my off-white dunks. Everything has gotten worn at least one time.
Yep. Facts, and Drum said, it might crumble on you by the time you actually get around to wearing them. So yeah, man, wearing your shoes, but because here's the thing too, bro, and it needs to be said. Tomorrow is not promised, man. Tomorrow is not promised. You know what I'm saying? Like, wear these damn shoes. Wear them.
I just got a flashback of that whole scenario with you and Jay from like months ago, where you asked him something about wearing one sneaker that you could have for like 40 years or something. What was that whole scenario? You and Mr. Think went in on him, and it was about if you could wear one sneaker for no. If you lost a bet and you died or something like that.
Oh, yeah, like a shoe.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Something about him wearing a certain shoe or something like that.
It was like 10 year. It was a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
There. And you were like, tomorrow's not promised. And that was a very fair point. Like a lot can happen in 10 years.
Yeah.
And that was a whole
the prestige is, I never wore them. Like, come on, bro. Wear them damn things. Like, shit. You know what I mean? Like, listen, like my frags. I don't wore these drawings a few times already. Like, listen. Be happy you're able to put them on feet. Be happy you're able to cop them, because there's a lot of people out there that wish they had that damn shoe.
Look, my Travis Scott Mocha 1 highs, I beat into the ground. I mean, he still look amazing, but man, I wear the shit out of them. I just don't. Life's too short. You never know.
So if you could wear only one sneaker for the rest of your life, what would it be? Ooh.
Well, we know what Jay's answer would be. White cement.
Sorry, y'all. I'm at a soccer match, so I just want to make sure I'm not, interrupting with all the noise. So
White cement fours for Jay. We know that.
White cement.
hello,
Mm.
hello.
Man,
I don't know. That's a tough one.
that's a tough one. The silhouette would probably be a Jordan 1. I know that.
About damn time. Welcome to the dark side.
The Jordan 1 would be the silhouette. The colorway?
If you got to think about that right now, I would throw a goddamn coffee cup at your face right now if you were in front of me. Are you serious? You have to think about that?
The colorway?
You said Jordan 1, and now you got to think about the colorway. That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Chat.
Because there's breads, Chicago's, black
Yeah, you're
toes.
Chicago 1. If you're going to go with the Jordan 1 silhouette, you got to go with the Chicago 1. Hands down. It's a classic. OG Bobby Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Why are we even talking about this right now?
Everyone, look at Chicago's popping up in the chat. It has to be Chicago. It has to be Chicago's.
That's a no-brainer. No-brainer, baby. Come on, baby.
Chicago ones. Baby. Yeah. It probably would be what I fall back to is a pair of Chicago ones. Doubt. It probably would be.
Timeless.
It probably would be.
Timeless. It is timeless.
Probably Brett Forrest for Drummond. Yeah. Brett Forrest is another good one. That's another good one.
Yeah.
I mean, look, listen, some people out there will probably say like BC threes, white cement threes. Some people will say those things.
Well, yeah, I've heard certain people of higher profile within the sneaker community say that the BC3 is by far the best Jordan ever made. But it's subjective.
If you could only wear one of every silhouette, 1 through 12, are you asking for what the colorways would be, 1 through 12, or which silhouette would it be, 1 through 12?
Oh, DJ Tyler, that's a whole nother live altogether.
Yeah, man.
That's like a 4-hour live.
Yeah. Honestly, but that's a great question, though, too.
It is.
Like, we will never agree on anything, and I love that aspect about it. We would never agree on anything, and I already got mine on my head, but I love it. I love that question.
Hey, look, man, chat. Shout out to everybody tapped in with us right now, man. We appreciate you guys being up in here, having this conversation with us, and definitely we will be back next week, 9 a.m. Eastern once again. But here's the thing: we definitely got to come up with our maybe not top 10s. Maybe we could try to do a top 5
of all time.
We get no, just of this year, of 2024. I don't know. Of all time, we'll be here. We'll be signing up for AARP by the time we finish that conversation, bro. By the time that conversation is over, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that'd be an epically long convo. The top 10 of all time, and mind you, there's so many lists that have been put out there, but it's all subjective. I mean, certain people don't even like certain silhouettes. Like, for example, there's people out there that don't like 7s.
Yep.
I like 7s.
Yep.
I don't own a single pair of 7s.
See what I mean? Like, would it be iconic to put one Jumpman and the Nike Air? Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Camp Brooks, would it be iconic to put one Jumpman and the other Nike Air on the back?
I said that before.
That would be a dope ass feature. And mind you, go ahead, Perp.
Well, you kind of have that now with the release that came out this year.
You talking about the threes, those white threes that came out?
Oh, yeah, the craft threes, yeah, where the overlay of the Jumpman to the Nike Air. Correct.
That does. It is official to your question.
It would be, but I think a better example would be, remember when the white cement threes dropped and they were having the QC issues? Somebody got a pair that had a Jumpman on the right heel and a Nike Air on the left heel.
Yep, I remember.
And I was like, damn, I wish I copped that mistake, because I would have definitely rocked the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Needed the black toe 14s. Yeah, man, and they going up. Black toe 14s are climbing. Respect to that colorway. Respect to the 14s. You know, people feel the way they do about 14s, but man, that shoe is climbing. Pull up the pic of the. Okay, let me see if I can even find it. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, I feel like that sneaker went into Wit Pro. Good luck trying to find a picture.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, because that was floating around Twitter for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Next episode, top 10 of 2020. Yeah, we definitely need to do maybe top 5 to where your kicks points. Next episode, we both come out with, well, all 4 of us come out with our top 5 of 2024 and really just dig in and pick it apart. That would be a hell of a conversation right there, because I know Jay would have a lot to say. I know Mr. Big Impossible would definitely have a lot to say about that one.
Yeah.
You know what, Perp? Since you said let's add a twist to it, you said this, and I think this would be really dope. When we break it down and go into it, we will all have to come to a consensus. Whether, man, that would be a hard one too, but a consensus where, like, okay, whether we agree or not, most of the panel say, hey, this is 5, so we're gonna have to go with it, and let's go to number 4. Like, give our 5s, and then let's take a deep dive separately, and let's kind of figure out, between all of our opinions, let's make that top 5, like, between all 4 of us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, that would be wild. That would be wild.
Jay, look, chat, y'all heard Jay say this. Because this man ain't gonna come off Military Blues being top sneaker of the year for himself. So I just want y'all to know that right now. All right, so here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. Somebody actually got a pair like this.
Yep.
That is beautiful, bro.
I would have rocked these hands down twice on Sunday. I would have worn these. I would have been like, oh, yeah, let me keep these.
Well, that's what we all. Right.
Man.
Yeah.
Now,
was this the pair that sold for like $3,000? Was this that pair?
No. So there was a pair of Bread 4s that came with an upside down flight tag on the tongue, and that pair sold for a couple $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This right here, man.
That looks like a crazy customization. And, real quick, DJ Tyler Radio actually asked the question, I'm sorry, DJ Tyler, about 15, 20 minutes ago about custom Freddy Krueger dunks out of the Seattle SBs. I can customize almost any silhouette that you can throw my way. So if you give me the idea, you give me the silhouette you want it on, I can absolutely create a custom for you. Just let me know. We can tap in offline.
But that supersonic material is like Nubuck suede. It's not leather.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter as far
okay.
as the application goes. I can start from scratch.
Paint all right over it. Okay.
Yep. Or I can dye or reshape some of the components on it.
Facts. Grumpy 323, what's up, bro? How we doing in there? Jeffrey Flight, yeah, that's definitely a collector's piece. That Nike Air on the back with Jumpman. Yep. Yeah, I definitely would have doubled up just for that purpose and kept them things airtight. Kept them things just airtight with the receipt in there too. I get the receipt laminated. I get the receipt laminated and probably a picture of me walking out of the store with them, just so y'all know that's how I got them from the store. Yeah. Hell yeah. Not that I brought them home and customized them that way or something.
Right. You got to show receipts when it comes to that, because there are people out there that will fake scenarios like that.
Yeah. DJ Tyler goes, yo, for real, that'd be so cool for you to customize his dunks. That'd be dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be some more content for you there, Perp.
Hey, I guess it's so much stuff that I do from a customization level that I just don't publish. I just do it for my private customers.
Yeah, I'll show you the pic, Drummond. Hold on, I'll show you the pic. If you're talking about this, there you go. There you go. He
Finish
said he
line.
missed the pick. Yeah, man. Finish line. Yeah, there's a receipt right there, bro. You know? Tyler said engagement in clickbait. Nah, it's not. It's not. I remember them. I remember them from last year. Because this, matter of fact, so real quick, this one I found, like it's a whole thread talking about the issues that happened. Like here we got one with the different in elephant print height. So this is what I'm saying. Like this is what I said in my Black Cement 3 video was all these issues that we had with the White Cement 3s. And now if you look, White Cement 3s is around 300. You know?
But at the end of the day, like we already know the White Cement 3s is just a classic. Like even with the issues, like I wouldn't see how the sneaker would still be like, you know, going for retail or under retail. I mean, it's a sneaker that a lot of people love and want. And I do feel like threes kind of lost its luster, you know, when it comes to like not older sneakerheads, but like more the younger sneakerheads. They like threes on, but now, you know, when the reimagined threes came out, it was so many quality issues, but now people like, yo, that's an OG. I need it. And I love that fact because not every pair was bad. Like let's make
Correct.
it seem like every pair was bad. Let's not do that.
I think people had more complaint issues, to be honest, when it came to the White Cement. Because mind you, most of the complaints that came, like look at that difference to elephant print, and this is what they talked about, but mainly was with the shock drop pairs, with the Black Cement 3s than it actually was with any other pairs that really got released out there into the market. You know what I'm saying? What am I gonna say? Y'all see the video when dude brings custom undefeated fours to sell at a resale shop and they didn't know they was custom. let me tell you something. I've seen videos where people have taken a fake shoe and they've gone around to different resellers at a shoe event and asked them whether or not the shoe was real or fake. Some of them said they weren't even going to try to take on the challenge. That's number one. There were a few that were able to call out that they were fake, and there were some that got it wrong and said they was real. So look, anytime you go to buy stuff, guys, like one of the apps you can use for free is the Poison app. They give you 10 free legit checks a month just for signing up. It costs you no money to even sign up. 10 free legit checks a month. So if you buy stuff resale, do your due diligence and double check what it is you got. Double check what it is you have. And that's a free way. It takes about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes for them to come back.
Less than that.
You know? Well, I know some of the other ones, if you pay, they'll come back faster. True. Facts.
I think the fastest the longest it's taken any of my Poison authentications to come back is about 7 minutes.
Okay.
So
what shoe was it? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I've done my Travis, I've done my Balbies, I've done both the black pair and the white pair. I've done I tested out my UNC off-whites, Jordan 1 highs. So I've done several just like super high profile ones just to see, and they've all come back authenticated and legit, obviously. But I think my UNC off-white ones came back in about 3 or 4 minutes, and then the black Balbies took about 7 minutes. So
yeah,
but yeah, they're pretty fast.
Like, and here's the other thing, guys. And this is a conversation for another. We've talked about this before, though. The fakes have gotten so good. They've gotten so good that
better
if you're not,
better in certain cases.
Correct.
In actual,
okay. So, okay, you calling it out? Yes. Sometimes you will see the fakes look better than the actual retails. It's like, it's retail when, you put the black light on there. It's like, there's some glue stains on my midsole. Well, these got to be real.
Yeah. For real, because you will not see that on a really good pair of
Nah, man. Listen, guys. Like, there's several ways to authenticate shoes that we know of, right? Blacklight is one of the tools used to authenticate sneakers, and a lot of the retail pairs you get from Nike, especially on your white midsoles, if you hold a black light up to it, it might be on both shoes, it might be just on one of the left or the right pair. You may see like the glue stains pop up on there, some type of smudge or something like that. You would never see it without a black light on there. That's not all pairs, but it happens to some of them. Now, the reason why they black light the shoes is because what they're looking for, which happens to be on a lot of fakes sometimes, is the stitching marks that they'll use, and that's what the factories will use to stitch the shoes together. Now, I don't know if Nike does it and they have a way to remove that off of there, but they'll show like the jotted lines will show up under a black light. And or they'll stamp the inside of the shoe somewhere, or they'll stamp the box, whether it be on the outside of the box or somewhere on the inside. So when they're black lighting the shoe, that's why they're looking for like the Chinese stamps on there.
And then also for the box as well. I'm trying to find an example. I've got too many boxes around right now, but you'll see like on the size sticker on the outside of the box, like Nike has a digital imprint on the inside of that sticker. So
Yeah,
if
the
you take your thumb and move it over,
the
you can
RFID.
you lightly feel it.
Although I've seen they've been putting like RFID tags under the fake ones too.
Let me tell you what happens if you go on like eBay, Amazon, whatever like that. What they were doing was people would sell their boxes for like $30, $40, and so people would buy those sneaker boxes, and then they would put the fakes inside of those sneaker boxes because sneaker boxes. So, you know, back, I don't know if that's still going on, but that's what was going on where you like, listen, and you would pay 30, $40 for a box that's like in perfect condition. The real box, they would buy the box online and then they would just dump the fake pairs inside the real box because everybody said, okay, well, I can fill that ID in the back. I can scan it. I'm right on the Nike site. I'm good to go. And they didn't check the pairs.
That's true. Jay brings up a very good point. The legit checking the box is part of it because apparently like the font and the size tagging on the box and all that can have variations from the fakes to their actual retails. I mean, look, it's to the point now where they have AI technology to where they're going to be able to legit check the smell of the shoe. Now, I don't know how that's going to work long term, just because if it's a used pair, I don't, someone's had their feet in them, walking around, sweating and all that. That original smell, like a Jordan 1 has when you pull it out the box, obviously is not going to be there from someone wearing it 4 or 5 months later. It's just not. So I don't know how that's going to work long term, but they've even implemented that now as part of the legit check, the a smell.
You're going to have to
AI can
your shoes when you get them. They keep the smell in.
Man. Google Louis Vuitton shopping bag, they go for bread. Yeah, look, I mean, I just saw yesterday Louis Vuitton dropped a skateboard keychain that goes for like $650. A skateboard keychain. Wild work.
So here's the thing too, right? Have you guys noticed that luxury brands has increased when in terms of their revenue, but like mid-tier brands have like decreased a little bit when it comes to popularity. Have you guys noticed that?
Are you saying there's an uptick in people buying the luxury brand like sneakers, like the Louis Vuittons, the Balenciagas and stuff? Yeah, there's a so actually we talked about this on a live, if you recall, that like in Washington D.C. area, there were kids getting robbed for their shoes but that's what they was putting on feet, like the Balenciagas, the Louis Vuittons, those type of shoes. You know what I'm saying? That retail for a couple $100. You're not like your typical Jordans that are going for like 200. We talking about $500-$600 sneakers at retail.
Listen, this is probably the most basic sneaker you'll ever see or ever have on foot, right here. Louis Vuitton, right? Basic boat canvas sneaker. At the end of the day, this costs over $700. There's a level of comfort in here that you can forget about. What you're paying for is not comfort. What you're paying for is the quality of the leather, because it's Italian leather. And that's what holds the value of the shoe itself, right? You don't have that with a lot of these higher ends. Even these Balenciagas, which all look like Transformer shoes to me or whatever, but that's neither here or there. You're paying for the craft material build of that particular sneaker. And so when you're putting a lot of effort and emphasis on one component of a sneaker, the other parts get neglected and fall by the wayside. And so you're paying for looks, not necessarily comfort, when it comes to just European style sneakers.
But that being said, we all know, well, some of us should know about that lawsuit that's going on right now with one of the luxury brands, because while the average price of their purses was $2,300, it come to find out during the case, it only cost them $57 to make the bag.
Well, yeah.
So
that's any product, though. That's any product. You could take something and from some high end place, it spent $2.57 to make in a sweatshop in Cambodia, and they'll charge you $600-$700. That's e-commerce. That's modern commodity trading at its finest. That's what this whole country's built on.
That's true. It was Dior, actually. Dior is the one that that's under that scrutiny right now. $2,800 average for the bag, $57 to actually make them.
So let's talk about the marketing psychology behind things, right? So it used to be where Gucci, you would buy $1,000 pair of Gucci's, right? You can take that sneaker into the store or a Gucci product, and what will they do? They will clean that shoe, or they would send it out, have it cleaned, and they would make sure saying, hey, it was guaranteed that you will not have any creases, right? Well, they took that stuff away. So when you think about product line, when you think about what used to be, and now when that transition occurred, it's still, that psychology is still there in that mindset, because it's like everybody can't have this, but we're not offering that service that other brands were not offering. You see what I'm saying? So that's part of the marketing psychology behind everything. It's like, okay, we're gonna give you a little bit better or something, but we're gonna provide the service. But now that service is taken away, so it's kind of like maybe you still are getting that quality, but you're not getting that service anymore. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, listen, when you walk into a Gucci store, the experience you have as a customer, it's kind of like when you go to Chick-fil-A, right? Versus like a Burger King. The way they treat you when you walk in there obviously is much different. Much different. So facts.
And then also keep in mind as well, though, right? Not only are you paying for an experience, but you're paying for exclusivity. Because one thing you're never going to see when it comes to Gucci or Louis Vuitton or anything like that, or Balmain, is you're never going to see them on sale. You're never going to see them in discount stores, right? Because they don't put their items on sale. Whatever items they don't sell after the end of the calendar year, they destroy. So that's the other aspect of it. So the exclusivity piece is going to be a very heavy factor when it comes in to how they're baking in prices for the sale of that commodity.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, DJ Tyler Radio got him on the Seattle joint, soon to be Freddy's. There we go.
Nice.
Hey,
Congrats.
You tap in, DJ Tyler. I'm probably
Congrats.
about a month and a half behind right now with all of the orders I have, but we'll definitely tap in and we'll start going over the detail and what you want. So let's go.
Congrats, bro.
Y'all
Yes,
acting
sir.
like we can't return Nikes. Yeah, you can return Nikes. You can, obviously. But again, you can't say the experience in a Nike store is going to be that of a Gucci store. You can't say that. So that, I mean, that's really what we're getting at.
If
Yeah,
you
you
get
can
your
return.
water in the Nike discount outlet.
So remember, you have a Nike account and you start returning stuff back to Nike, you know they start dinging you, right?
Yeah, I know. They start watching that. They'll start they'll start putting a hex on your account.
It will shadow ban your butt.
Yeah, they will. You would do too many returns. You know what I mean? That's why listen, I tell people all the time, this is why you got to buy like little knick-knack things sometimes, like socks, bands, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like little stuff just to keep your account active. And if you live near a store, you can get in there sometimes and get stuff too. Go ahead and do so just to make it seem like you active. But just don't hang around on that sneakers app too long.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm telling you right now, I've had many discussions with people about this, and our guy Sneakerhead on a budget, we got to get him back on too. I was talking to him. He said he got some new equipment, so we should be able to get him on here soon again. But he said he started hitting on the top end shoes that drop on the sneakers app more once he spent less time on the app.
Interesting. So it wasn't engagement that they go off of.
Oh, but here's the thing. They want you engaged, which is why they'll try to give you something like that, thinking, "Oh, I hit. So now I'm gonna try to go for some more now." So now you start spending more time on there because you finally hit on something you really wanted or was stupid limited. Right? So, but if you're giving that engagement, they're like, "Well, we already got you. We trying to get the next person to come to the app." So what are they gonna do? Give them a dub on something. And now you taking L's. So I think it works because in recent, what did I hit on? Them Tekken foam posits. And now I was able to hit on the Kobe's. Granted, I took a L on the what is it? The Wu-Tangs I took a L on. Something else I took an L on too that I tried to go for. Tyler goes, if they can give the W to someone that engages or someone that doesn't engage, they give it to the person that doesn't to get them to engage. Yeah. That's like when the cell phone, that's like when the like your T-Mobiles and stuff, like they'll give a deal to new customers, but you as an existing customer can't get the deal.
You continue to get railed.
Yeah. You know? And then it's like, all right, well, if I want deals, I got to keep switching cell phone carriers every damn year.
Right. Yeah. It's an endless cycle of craziness. But I mean, it makes sense from a marketing perspective, though, right? You know, you want to continue to cast a very broad net in order to bring in more and more of your consumer base and grow it.
Yeah, facts. Man, shout out to the chat for being tapped into this conversation right now, man. We definitely appreciate y'all being here. Jay's even outside tapping back in right now. He's supposed to be watching his son play soccer, but he's like, yeah, these kicks are forever though, right?
No, I'm watching my son. I'm watching. Y'all see me with my hands up. Y'all see me. I'm
therapy in the future.
I'm definitely watching.
Hey, there's somebody still coming with like a bunch of oranges and stuff for them kids to eat after the games.
Sometimes, yes, man, they be having all kind of stuff. But yeah,
man, I remember that when I was in Little League Soccer. It was always at the end. There's always all these damn oranges and stuff that they give us to eat.
Well, I mean, you are in Florida, so it makes sense.
Well, no. Remember, I grew up in South Jersey.
So wait,
Yeah,
that's like a U.S. thing then, not a state to state thing.
It must be. It must be. It's just the oranges after soccer for Little League.
Yeah, promoting
It must be, man.
We got a pat on the head and like have a safe trip home.
Oh shoot, yeah, man.
I guess I was less fortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I didn't move here. So actually, in 9 days, it'll mark exactly 8 years that I moved here to Florida. December 16th was when I made it here to Florida.
Definitely a hell of a dichotomy of weather when it comes to Jersey versus Florida.
Listen, my guy's up there in the Pittsburgh area, bro. He's telling me it's like 25 degrees at night, showing snow on the ground. I said, no.
Yeah.
No, sir.
We have
no, sir.
It's 27 right now.
No, sir. The fall time's cool. Fall is cool when the leaves are changing colors and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But listen, damn those days where it'd be gray all week long while you at work. Excuse me, let me flip that around. You'd have sunshine all week long while you at work, and then it'd be gray on the weekends, or it'd just be gray all week long during the wintertime.
Yeah.
Then, you know, the salt on the cars and just the black ice and all that, or having to dig yourself a spot when it snows to still have to go to work. Now look, down in Georgia area, it snows. It's state of emergency for like 2 inches.
Yeah, everything shuts down.
Right? Not in the Northeast.
Yo, Tyler said furnace is running to perp, right? Tell him, listen, man, my furnace is like, goddamn, I need a break. He's smoking a cigarette right now.
But you getting that Great Lakes effect though, too, right?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. We have this thing called dibs in Chicago, to where it snows, and for people that had like park out on the street, like you dig your parking spot out, and then you put like a chair.
Yes.
There.
Yes, I had to do it in Philadelphia. A chair or a cone or something like that.
Just weird objects. Some people put a desk out. Yeah. And so now they have quote unquote done away with it since last year, but it's never going away. People be out there fighting over putting, objects. They be moving objects and hitting each other with all type of crap. But yeah, Boston is another one too. Boston gets pretty hit heavily.
Oh yeah, in Boston, bro. Woo. I know my man's suffering up there right now.
Tyler said we use chairs in Pittsburgh to reserve our parking spots. Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, a shoe we forgot about.
No, we didn't forget about it.
Ferrari 14s for next year too.
No, there's a devout following for the 14 for sure.
Man, but these Ferrari joints with the carbon fiber, give them to me.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. So how do you wear this sneaker? Would be my question for you.
How do you wear the Toro 4s? How do you wear the Toro Bravo 6s?
No.
How do you wear the Toro Bravo? How do you wear the 5? Hold on a second.
We're not doing that.
How do you wear these?
Are you serious?
Wear these?
Are you serious? That's way much more of a wearable sneaker than the Ferraris.
How you wearing these?
I'm not wearing those.
I wear them. Chili red nines. I wear these Johns.
Hey, wear your kicks. Y'all know I love red sneakers, and red sneakers not popular, but please do not put my 9 in this conversation. Don't do that.
Nah, I'm putting them in the It's a red sneaker.
Don't you do that.
They in there.
A very wearable.
What you mean? How I'm wearing them, bro?
A very wearable sneaker, man. Look, that whole shoe is suede. You would have to go through 50 damn bottles of Rejuvenator in a week.
Yes, right here. Right here. This is what y'all need right here on them Ferrari 14, bro.
Promo code.
Okay, right here. WYK26 promo code on that. You need this joint.
That is wild and diabolically nasty.
Man, look, don't be knocking the Ferrari 14.
Hey Jay, have the ref throw a flag on that play for that shit.
Listen.
Hey, bro, listen. You know
I'm gonna feel fast as fuck, boy, with these on.
Fast as fuck, boy. Oh my
man.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all,
Man.
this is easy pass for me, man. I can't see these, bro. I can't see these.
You can't see Ferrari 14s? Come on, man.
I can't see no 14. And I'm not.
Hey, I'm
Man.
not gonna lie, man. There is a following for the Ferrari 14.
There is.
Man.
There is.
I just ain't one of them.
Y'all can keep it.
Man.
Y'all can keep it.
Seriously?
Easy pass.
Man.
Damn.
You know what?
Man, look at that with the carbon fiber on there.
Yeah, you
Put my
spill
name in the
something.
raffle just for you, so you can double up. I'm
I
gonna do
got
that.
the car on my feet, bro.
You spill some mustard on that sneaker, throw the whole damn sneaker away.
Nah, bro. That's why I got this right here.
It's done. It's done.
I got this right here. Okay? Right here. Now, look, am I going to check the weather before I wear them out? Absolutely. Absolutely, I'm going to check the weather.
Hey, Boss B, what's wrong? What's wrong with us having something that we really enjoy, which is collecting sneakers and rocking? What's wrong with that?
Seriously,
where your
he's
kid?
just a hater.
Hey, let Boss B borrow those 14 so he can run his dumb ass up out this chat. How about
Seriously, man.
that? Ask.
Seriously.
Fastly, sir.
Bro, and mind you, Boss B probably collecting Pokemon cards and shit.
Yeah, in his mother's basement.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, like seriously, my man took the time and energy to come up in here, get on our live. He could have just kept going past.
All good because
But he decided to stop through. So, Boss B, we appreciate you stopping through. You know, giving us a little bit of engagement. Always appreciate it. Thumbs up.
Now run your dumb ass up out of here.
Seriously, bro. Seriously.
Now I will have time for him today. Right now, I didn't feel like having time with the other guy. This guy, yeah, give me a couple of minutes.
Look, man, for all the crap that goes on in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a nice escape.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this question, right? Have we heard of any 17s for 2025?
I haven't.
I just know of the Amas that they rumored. I don't know of any other 17s just yet, but I know they're talking about possibly doing it. I mean, look, we got how many this year? 3 of them, right? We got 3 17s this year.
Was it 2? I thought it was.
We got the UNCs. We got the Lightnings.
Yep.
Or maybe it's just 2 then.
UNCs and Lightning, yeah. So listen, I'm not a 17 fan, and I never will be. But the trophy room 17s definitely look good, even though I still wouldn't want it. It goes back to like if Jordan Brand takes certain sneakers, right, whether they're popular, unpopular, and decrease the amount of pairs out there and add quality to it, because those 17s, the leather is super buttery and soft. People absolutely goes for stuff like that, not only because of the exclusivity of it, but because of the quality as well. Now we got to remember that what retail was 300 smackies.
Yep.
Retail was 300 smackies, and those both pairs are still going for like somewhere around that 525, 575, maybe 600 price point, depending upon your shoe size. So I'm just curious about that, because we get a lot of GRs, but you do have, like you said, those Ferrari 14 lovers. What if they did a reimagined Ferrari 14? I'm just throwing it out there. If they did a reimagine, how would that be? What would it look like in the exclusivity of it? That would be very interesting as well with the 14 followers.
I mean, I don't know how they would do it, to be honest with you. I don't know how they would do that. Watch them be like, you get a pair of Ferrari 14s with the purchase of the car.
Wait, get a jacket, an umbrella,
Yep.
and
Yeah, right. Well,
maybe they could
you
put
know what?
Italian leather on it. Maybe they can.
Well, it's
reverse
funny because Kith actually has a collab right now with BMW that just released. Kith and BMW have got a clothing line right now that you can get off the Kith website. So it's possible. It's you know the one the brand though that has the most correlation with Ferrari has been Puma. The Puma's got a lot of the Ferrari wear and stuff like that.
I did a video with my son. I bought him the Ferrari Pumas in his sizes a while ago.
Did you?
You know, the thing is that red sneakers is just not popular right now. They're not. I love red sneakers, but it's just quite interesting, man. Like, you know, the shift in terms of style, coloring. But hey, man, to you Ferrari 14s out there, I'm not mad at you. But the question is, you know, what other silhouette will we get in 2025 that's not necessarily so popular, but a lot of people will go out for them because they will be limited and the quality of that sneaker. I'm very curious because, like I said, I would love to see Jordan bring back the 20. But it has to be done right, and I'm curious how many heads will come out for that pair.
That joint with the strap, the ankle strap.
Yes, sir.
I remember I liked those when I originally saw them. I don't know how I feel about them now on the 20s, but it's not a terrible shoe.
I
Would
mean,
y'all went crazy if the MAs was a GR? Talking about the Alma Meniers? I'm not sure what shoe you're talking about there, Drummonds. I'm not sure.
I love the threes, and the threes are at outlets. I love the threes.
Oh, okay. I think I see what Drummond is saying. Basically, he's like, "Hey, take away the fact of Ama being a collab. You know, we still have that same zeal for it. I would, because the quality is there. The quality,
the quality is really there.
That's why I don't love Ama because it's a collab. I love Ama because of the quality and the attention to detail that they put into their sneakers. Now, toward the back end of things, now their releases have not been the smoothest. But early on, up to the midpoint, they were very effective with their marketing. They were very effective with how they released the sneaker. And so for me, that was my draw. I'm not a hype beast per se. You know, I don't go by, oh, everybody's talking about this thing, I gotta have it. No, I wear what I like. And so I'm pretty sure you and everybody on the panel, they're the same way. You know, they wear what they like, and you know, they move from there. But there are a lot of people, and I've talked about this all the time on the lives. You know, the two factions: the sneakerheads, the true sneakerheads, and then the hype beast. You know, you know which one are you?
Well, there's three clout chasers.
Well,
the clout chasers in there.
Yep.
Within that tier in between. So you know, it really just falls back on why you're going for a sneaker, the reasoning behind it, or if you're just going because it's just a sneaker everybody's talking about. Oh, I want to stunt, I want to do whatever and put them on feet real quick, because sneakers like that generally tend to be forgotten about in 6 months, and people are on to the next. I mean, for a lot of these releases, they're forgotten about the next month, you know, before they're on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. Like some of these obscure colorways, you get like there's people out there that like them, but it's like, was it really needed?
Yep.
Like just got the gray cement 3s in this morning, wearing them to a Christmas party. See, that's a clean shoe.
Dope.
That's a clean shoe, the gray cement 3s. Now, how many pairs of that shoe did they make though? You know what I mean? And like some of the colorways and some of the shoes are really like, it's a niche type of thing. Like, mind you, those gray cement 3s, they remind me of the navy 3s that dropped. Remember?
Yeah,
they're all white with the navy in the heel for the paint color.
Wasn't that like the unofficial Cowboys fans like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beckett, stay back.
Facts. Yeah, people were calling them like the Cowboy 3s. They were. They were calling them the Cowboy 3s. People were rocking them for the Cowboy 3s. For real.
But you know, it's funny to me, and Jay and I talked about this a long time ago, how you had the Cardinal 3s that dropped, and everybody was going crazy over them. And then right after that, the Fire Red 3s dropped, and then people were like, Cardinal what? You know what I mean? Like, here today, gone tomorrow. and now the Cardinal 3 is like lost in the abyss of Nike history to never be heard from again, you know? All because of the effect that the Fire Red 3 had. Because of that Nike on the back.
Man.
My man said, which SP4?
Glad I doubled
green,
up.
blue,
I'm glad I
or
doubled
red?
up on that pair.
Which SB4, green, blue, or red? So I
Well,
have the green pair,
the
but
OG is always going to be the green. No matter what else drops after this, the OG will
but
forever be.
did you pay resale for yours?
Who, me?
Yeah, for your force.
I hit on the Nike app. I hit on the drop. I
Oh,
hit on.
see, well,
Yeah.
here's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the pair I get for retail. That's what's going to be. The pair I'm able to get for retail going to be the greatest one. Now, if I cop the red and the blue at retail, I might lean towards that red just a little bit.
I'm going.
But Perp seems to think the red pair. Go ahead. Oh, what was you going to say, Jay?
It's the red pair. I mean, the green is the OG. That is the daddy. I get it. But the red pair, you know, if they release, we're supposed to get them. But I'm going to say if they release, for me, it's going to be the red pair. Now the question is too, will everybody still try to obtain the green pair and try to collect them all to try to get the trifecta set? I don't know. I'm just curious. You know what I mean? Like,
I would say why not? I mean, yeah.
yeah.
To me, prices of the green pair are just going to keep rising. You know what I mean? They're just going to keep rising. But unfortunately, Purple Haze has put the hex on that red pair saying they might be friends and family. So I don't know, Jay. I don't know.
But either way around,
I don't know if we're going to get them.
Either way around, the release of that red pair to Jay and your point is questionable right now. And
Facts.
yeah, we have to wait and see how that plays out.
Facts. I traded my Chris Paul ones for the SB4s. Oh, shout out to you, the famous. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you being in here. William Nate said, "I'm going for them all." Yes, sir.
Yep, I'm going for them. I'm with you.
The whole set.
Drummond said, "We keeping MJ's lights on with the trash colorway." Hey, look. From my understanding, he either gets 3% or $3 per shoe sold. Anything that's got the Jumpman on it or Jordan, he gets it's either 3% or $3 per shoe, and I don't know what it is with the apparel. But yeah, my man's making hand over fist money.
Yep.
Hand over fist. And my thing is I wonder if Vanessa Bryant is making that type of money with the Kobe line though.
She's making some money. I mean, listen, she's making something because if you think about it, she and Nike talked and she was like, hey, we need to have more of Kobe's, you know, that release. So she's in the mix. She's getting something. Now, what? I don't know, but Nike has to go through Miss Bryant. Nike has to go through her for those Kobe releases.
It's interesting. I wonder, is this a money grab type of mentality for her? Because on one hand, she's like, the more I get Nike to put out more Kobe's, the more I'll get on the back end in residuals, you know? Or is this something more closely tied to the foundation?
I'm gonna say
because we never saw this when Kobe was alive.
I'm gonna say it's more so for the foundation. I'm not going look, it's possible it could be a money grab, but I'm gonna listen. Would you agree or disagree that since his passing, they've maintained a super high level of respect for Kobe's legacy?
Well, yes. What do you mean by they?
Just Nike, Vanessa Bryant, like all of it around. Like I have not seen anything that they've done in any way to tarnish Kobe's legacy. Like, to me, I feel as though even with the release of the shoes and stuff like that, the way they've done the different apparel and just the storytelling around, they've done such a nice job with the Kobe line that I can't see any of it as being like just a money grab per se. Now, maybe you call out those collegiate colorways. Well, even then, to me, that's such a fringe grab to even say on them. I think that they've maintained a super high level of respect for Kobe's name.
I want to notate this really quick. Tyler said, can't both be true at the same time, guys. And I agree. They can be, right? It's synonymous. However, I'll definitely say this to your point where your kicks. If I have an investment I'm going to protect that investment. So part of protecting that investment is to heighten awareness and perpetuate a narrative around that investment that's positive, that's endearing, and more importantly, gives me the most out of my return on investment, right? So it wouldn't make any sense to, throw any dirt or shame or demean or degrade the Kobe legacy, because then that affects and impacts your overall investment and your return on investment, both from Nike and the foundation. So I think you're right. I think Tyler makes a very good point. I also think it could be either or it could be none of the above, right? We will never know, but it's always interesting to speculate, right? Because for me, if I have something tied up very heavily into investment that Vanessa has with Nike on the Kobe brand, it just is interesting to me. And I always like to stimulate thought. It's interesting to me when Kobe was alive, we would get a couple of drops a year, maybe 3 or 4 at the most, right? If it was a very heavy year, but that was very far and few in between. And now all of a sudden, we see the most, and we talked about this when the live first started, the most influx of Kobe's ever made in the history of the collaboration or the relationship with Nike. It just makes me wonder, like, what's really going on here? Why are we now pushing this after his death as opposed to what he never did when he was alive? Because his investments were spread out. Nike was not his bread and butter. His bread and butter was tied up in other investments that made him millions outside of the NBA.
I mean, unfortunately, there's I forgot what the saying is, but there's a saying about how, like, you get more love once you're gone than when it is you're actually here.
True, very true.
Yeah. And just a sneakerhead, what's good, bro? What's good, man?
So, my bad.
With that being said, I mean, look, let's be honest. There was a huge focus that got put on the Kobe Bryant once he passed away. Just Sneakerhead. He's got a ton of Kobe's. He's our Kobe connoisseur.
Okay.
On the channel, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, it's just think about it from this perspective, right? What do you think will happen when Mike himself passes on, bro? What do you think is going to be like when that goes down? And mind you, the thing is Kobe died in such a tragic way, along with his daughter, that it's like, damn, he's gone. And then you go back and you really look at his career, and it's like, wow, you look at it differently. Like, you have a heightened appreciation for him as a player, him as a person, what he accomplished, what he was trying to accomplish, regardless of, different things that happened throughout his career. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really look at who he was, it's just like, damn. You know what I mean? We lost somebody special.
So Perp, and it goes back to what we talked about earlier when I made that question. You know what I mean? Like, what statement? Right. What is Nike doing? But look how the Kobe Bryant line is part of keeping Nike afloat at that 1% gain. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people have been saying, hey, we want more Kobe's. We want more Kobe's. And Vanessa Bryant promised in 2024 we were going to get more Kobe's. And, well, it came to fruition, right? So, and I agree with you. I do feel like we really appreciated Kobe. But to your point where you kicks, our appreciation for what he did on the court as well as off the court in terms of teaching players and younger players, male or female, the game of basketball and how he presented himself on that court, and how you look at the footwork, that has heightened. That appreciation has absolutely heightened to see someone with that hard work to that magnitude. Facts. It's facts.
Stillmatic says he was Superman to me as a kid. Yeah. He said, the famous goes, imagine if Nike keeps selling off-whites, I would think it's a money grab. Facts. Yeah, it would water down the prestige of that shoe, though. ATT Chris, what's up, bro? He says the vault will be open when Jordan passes, and then the colorways will get even crazier since I know he has a say for a lot of the colorways not releasing. That's 1000% true.
My biggest fear is Jordan passes away and that shit goes over to what's his name?
Oh, his sons?
Marcus Jordan.
Oh, shit.
Man, everything get back to the whole damn brand get back to
Hey, I hope he releases those blue trophy room ones though that he showed.
Yeah.
You remember those?
Yeah.
But look, as we're talking about Kobe's, it needs to be said, if most of y'all don't remember this at all, but for 2025, Kobe's are going to be a little more expensive, going up $10 in price. Average price of a Kobe right now is $190. They will be selling at $200. $200 come 2025 for your Kobe's.
But you know why, right?
Go ahead, why?
Because at the end of the day, Kobe's sell out. So if Kobe's sell out, okay, take away the tariffs and all the other stuff we talked about, Kobe's sell out. So Nike's like, okay, if you guys are going to keep buying every Kobe we drop, why not raise the price? Because again, they have to meet certain quotas when it comes to, you know, their quarterly pickups. And I understand why they're doing it. I don't agree with it. I think the price point for the Kobe's are fair, right?
Yeah.
I really do. Just like the Air Force Ones that everybody hit on. Congrats to y'all again. But at 130, I thought that price point was so sweet and so perfect. Why can't we get those price points and maintain those price points? And again, the Kobe's are highly sought out at the end of the day. If you notice with Kobe's on average, Kobe's usually average somewhere around $100 on the secondary market, somewhere around that. Yes, we do have some that are more than that. I get it. Very few that are a little bit under that $100, but they average around $100. That says a lot in this type of economy, and that says a lot within this sneaker community, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as a customizer, on the average of 11 and a half to 12, I can get for about $95 in the larger sizes. So that goes along with your point right there. Which, by the way, Nike also stated that they were going to start streaming back or pulling back on the production of Air Force Ones, which I still haven't seen anything about it.
I haven't either.
Right. I'm like, so when are we going to do this? What are we doing?
Yeah. What we got here? ATT Chris says, I will say Marcus has made some crazy PEs that I think would do well if they were GR releases or quick strikes.
Well, quick strikes go well either way. I mean, these Air Force Ones were quick strikes, you know, so when we see what happened with those, so I absolutely agree.
Yeah, for sure.
ATT Chris, you ain't been tapping in lately either, man. Hope everything's in the family, sir.
ATT Chris might be down at Art Basel, actually.
Is
down
he?
there in Miami. He might be
down there right now.
He might be. I know damn well he done saw the Visti and Futura pack. I know he saw them damn things. Man. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man, well, chat, man, we definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all being tapped in with us here on this beautiful Saturday morning. Jay, man, I know you out there at the soccer game, but what you got for the people to close out with?
Hey, fam, without y'all, this is not possible. Like, y'all are the driving force, man, for real, for real. I appreciate y'all. I hope everybody is having a wonderful holiday season. Like, share, subscribe for real sneaker content. You know the model.
Now, see, that was a muted version because he got parents around.
Hey, I was disappointed.
FBI in the chat right now looking for your boys. All them kids moaning like that.
I needed to see a parent just unofficial hat, like twist around, like, hey, what's going on over here?
Yo, ATT Chris, that's dope, bro. You got your box signed by
Birdie.
got his Birdie box signed.
Nice.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope. That's still dope. Pert, what you got, man?
Man, look, chat, man, y'all been tapped in, man. Look, we've had a power session today, man. 3 hours and almost 30 minutes of straight non-stop fire heat conversation. Chat, y'all have always been rocking in with us from day one. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. Thanks for tapping in as usual. We got a very busy year coming up, man, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about even before we hit that mark. So definitely stay tuned, man. We got another power session coming up next Saturday. And possible ad-lib live coming up in the week before. So, hey, there you go. You won't know. Make sure you're tapped in. Make sure you have your notifications set to alert. So when we go live, you get it straight to your phone, tablet, or mobile streaming device.
I love it. I love it, man. Yeah, man. Next weekend, December 14th, Columbia 11 weekend, guys. It's going to be an epic, epic time. Make sure you catch us 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, One Pair at a Time podcast channel. We appreciate you guys. This is Lewis to the Way Your Kicks, reminding you to be true, stay in the moment, and don't forget, every day is a great day to wear your kicks, and we out, y'all. Appreciate y'all being here.
Jacob, hustle back.